Stream is starting. The Captain Coder at the helm. Bean water is ready. Today we will learn a lot. He loves the questions, he loves to sing. Join our Discord and follow him.
How's that? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Wavelink, Elgato, you Elgato with the update. Elgato got me with the update. Let's try that again. Hang on. Let's try that again.
Stream is starting. The Captain Coder at the helm. Bean water is ready. Today we will learn a lot. He loves the questions, he loves to sing. Join our Discord and follow him.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you happen to be in the world. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Captain Coder here on this beautiful Saturday. Welcome to Captain Coder's Academy. I am Captain Coder. Captain Coder is me, and me is Captain Coder, and we are going to do some coding today. I'm so excited to have the whole crew with us on this beautiful Saturday. Elgato got me. Elgato got me with the update. I've been avoiding that update. It kept saying, warning, if you do this update, it's going to mess up everything you've ever done your entire life with this microphone. But you got to do it. It's a critical patch. I just remember reading there's like this big warning, like, if you do this update, it's going to break all your stuff. You know that, right? It's like, why would you not be able to make it so it doesn't break all my stuff? Anyway, you can hear me. I'm glad I didn't have to shut down the stream, start it back up. But welcome aboard, everybody. It's so wonderful to have you here. Any day I can wake up and code is a beautiful day, and today is no different. I want to welcome the Ryu Shinaka. Welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here. Code Monk, congratulations on your first. Thank you for all for opening issues on our project, for doing your PR. We got that merged in. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. Pustek, Kuwani, Marshall, welcome back to the stream. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. Draco, I'm glad to hear you're making progress on your game. Glad you're taking a break to focus on other stuff. It's important to take some break, get that R&R rest, relaxation, taking care of yourself. Dramux, where's your evil twin? Exlomard, where you at? Exlomard? I'm gonna need you. Gee, I hope you're enjoying your lunch, my friend. The Witness, one of my favorite games. I think it's a Jonathan Blow game. Is The Witness Jonathan Blow? He makes great games. The Witness. Who made The Witness? It's Jonathan Blow, right? The Witness. Blow. Yeah, Jonathan Blow. Such a cool, this guy. So the creativity and brilliance. Some game developers just have like incredible intuition, brilliant stuff going on in there. Really cool stuff. DJ Beads, welcome to the stream. Let's yeah, you gotta get that dopamine. So glad to have all your beautiful people here. Kovalaki, hope you're having a beautiful day. Welcome back. Maybe Tall, I hope you're getting rest. Maybe Tall, how you doing, my friend? DJ Beats, wonderful to hear. Braid is good too. I haven't played all the way through Braid, but I've heard such good. I own it and I've played it. I just for whatever reason, one reason or another, I think it's just like a controller thing. I have it on computer. I have it on. I don't know. I'm making excuses. That's why I haven't played. I don't play a lot of games these days. All right, folks. What are we working on today? What are we doing at Captain Coder's Academy? We're working on a Pac-Man inspired game. Folks. We have some PRs, people if you want to make contributions to this, I'm loving seeing that we have so many people open up PRs. Look at this. Look at this. We got 14 PRs coming in, people making contributions, helping out. CodeMonk, thank you so much for taking these in, starting to do some minor stuff on them. If you guys want to contribute to this project, I know it's not the coolest open source project out there in the world, but it's really cool having people hopping in and actually adding in issues. If you just maybe just go play it, add in an issue here. CodeMonks, apparently we're not using the custom fonts that we supposedly are using. Here's this custom font. It gets loaded but not used. They discovered a bug with the debug grid. I have my suspicions as what's going on here. It looks like, yeah, I don't entirely know, but we're gonna look at this one. I really appreciate it. I want to start with some easy ones here. Let's see if we can get this debug grid rotation misalignment fix. This one feels, at least let's see if we can figure out what's going on with it. This one feels pretty easy, and then these two feel pretty easy to fix these bugs, and then these ones are sort of features that we can enhance here. So let's hop into that. We're gonna use the the debug grid rotation misalignment feels like a pretty easy one. I'm going to assign it to myself. At a glance, it feels pretty easy. But CodeMonk again, oh yeah, let me get you some points in there. CodeMonk for your contributions, points. Add CodeMonk, 250 points. Thank you so much for your pull request. Thank you so much for doing the work to get it in there. I appreciate it so much. See, I appreciate that CodeMonk created this whole PR. We went through, had a small dialogue on it, merged it in, and now our speed is 7. It feels like when you added the header, you didn't allow for the calc in the grid building. Exactly, Smab. Well, I actually am not sure. It feels like when it goes, yeah, I have no idea actually. I want to look at it. It's weird that it's going diagonally. Also, Smab, thank you for your contributions as well. I appreciate it. I saw that little node warning and just hadn't looked into, okay, what's the best path to fix this just yet. Because it was like in a rush in between classes. I had like a 30-minute lunch break to finish this little thing up. I pushed up and was like, okay, it's working. I need to go fix that. But I appreciate you going in there with the version 4 of those actions, those GitHub actions. So we have actions now. If you make a pull request, it'll actually it'll tell you if you fail. I'm not sure how we might lighten up some of this styling stuff, but it is doing some naming violations. I actually like the naming violations. The format violations I'm not a fan of, but I've tried to do my best on those. Biggs, welcome back to the stream. How you doing, Biggs? What have you been working on? What are you working on your time these days? I know, so folks, if you guys don't know, Biggs is a YouTube. Biggs, can you drop a link to your YouTube? I'd love to be able to promote that a little bit. If you don't want, if you're not too shy about it, feel free to drop a link to your YouTube channel. Biggs makes YouTube videos. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm 90% sure you make YouTube videos, but you've just started streaming as well. Thank you, Biggs. I was checking some of these out. Very cool stuff. Unity, mostly Unity tutorials, game dev Unity tutorials. Yeah, go check it out. Biggs, thank you so much for popping in. I appreciate you very much. Let me click this button here so I have this. All right, gotta keep my tabs on that, and also go give Biggs a follow. Caught your stream a few times now. Great stuff over there. Highly interactive. Really good streamer. Corfless, hello, sir. Hello, Corfless. How's it feel to have your feet facing, it? Let me talk. Let me think here. Corfless, how does it feel? Maybe you don't realize. My feet, so if this was me, my head's up here, my feet are facing this way and your feet are facing that way. It's a little weird to think about because we're on opposite ends of the world, my friend. I think I like the idea. Our feet are facing each other. It's very weird to think about. Gravity's interesting. Antipod buddies, that's right, Biggs, that's right. Okay, so I want to work on this one. I've assigned myself this. We're going to create a branch for it. Create a branch. Create branch. We're gonna check this out. Check out. Boom. Boom. Here we go. We're gonna debug grid rotation misalignment. So to show you the bug that's happening here, this is really, the row, blah, 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 blah. The rows and columns are kind of messed up, but maybe we'll do a little bit of refactoring while we're here. So for some reason, the grid started doing this way. So it's drawing lines, and I'm assuming for some reason, yeah, so on one side, check it out, on one side it seems to be correct, but on the other side, we didn't add, there's some offset that's not being added on one side. So I think we have the, I don't know. I honestly am not sure. But we're gonna come in and we're gonna take a look at that. Why? Okay, that's the correct one. Program here. So our draw grid, and I really wanna do some refactoring on this at some point. But our draw grid left top here, I think the easiest fix, yeah, so we have our 2 line, this is where we start and this is where we end, and we added a top and a left on one side but not the other, so this is gonna be an easy fix here. I think it's gonna be an easy fix. I want to just do a, var, hang on, top plus width. Okay, so these are the changing ones. These ones are not changing. This one is that right? Hang on. Top is missing here. So I think all we got to do is top here, and then what's weird is this one should be left. I actually don't know if top should actually be there. Let's try it now. There we go. Been using tick 80 because I teach a class on tick 80. So Control R is the run key on tick. There we go. There we go. Nice and aligned. Except not quite. We're not starting at the correct spot. You'll notice we're not starting low enough, which is interesting. Where are we calling draw grid? Top must not be being called in here, being passed in correctly. I can't go to the definite, where is it being called? I'm not seeing the references there. That's weird. Draw grid, info render.blocked height. I'm surprised that's not coming in properly. Height. I want my lines to start. Ah, here it is, 0 here. So this should be top. Top, and then top plus height. Here we go. Let's try that. There we go. Nice, easy one. Got ourselves an easy one there. Code Monk, thank you for noticing this. Because I didn't. All right, there we go. Much better. There we go. Now we can see those grid lines, turn them on and off if we need to see them. Okay. Let's get this added. Run our check real quick just for sanity purposes. Easy fix. Easy fix. All right. Add that in there. Chore, or I'd call this one a fix. Fix misalignment on debug grid when drawing debug grid. There we go. Commit. Sync it up. Let's go get this merged in. And then we're going to start on the next one as well. All right, so the PR is coming in. Create a pull request. All right. Fixes and closes number 24. Great. Pull request. While this is running, it's going to run my checks here. Hang on. There it goes. There goes my checks. The Ryu Shinaka asks, I have a random and deep Unity question that I'm hoping someone here can illuminate me. As I understand it, when you build a scene and it constituent game objects, these are serialized into some binary object format that is maintained by the editor, which is why we have the reset option for components. So the reset option in Unity, maybe I'll open up a Unity project, will restore it to sort of a default setting. But yeah, it's stored in like it's almost a YAML type file that it's stored in the scene, and it's just saying what are all the serialized values set to? What are all the serialized values set to? And it's not even just when you build it; it's when you save it, and it depends on what you say. Build when you click run. Do you mean? So it allows it to Unity serialization is pretty interesting, but yeah, it loads all the values. But in play mode, if you change those values, when you exit play mode, it restores it to the original. When I think you're referring to reset, like in a component, you click the 3 dots and there's a reset option. Is that what you're referring to? I don't know if that's why we have a reset option, but we happen to have a reset option, and all that does is modify that file, update those values in that file. All right, so these checks pass. Let's merge it in. And this should close that issue for us. Yeah, so it closes it. Go ahead and delete this branch. Switch down to my main, get checkout main, making progress. And we'll go ahead and delete this branch locally. All right, one down. CodeMonk points. And CodeMonk for submitting that issue. 50 points to you. Thank you so much. UI is not using the custom font. Let's add this one next. Let's do this one next. So we're going to assign that to me. We're going to come through. We're going to fix this one up. So we'll create a branch for it. And then we're going to check that out. Ryu Shinaka, feel free to ask a follow-up question if you would like. I'm not sure I actually answered anything. I'm not sure if I actually answered any questions with my statement there. Feel free to ask a follow-up. Okay. So we're looking at, this is just using the default font. It's drawing with the default font. And so let me make sure I am on the right branch. Let's open up our info renderer. We happen to load this font, and I wish I had noticed this before, but when you call draw text here, draw text is using the default font. We actually need to call draw text ex. There's a specific function we have to call here, raylib.draw text ex, which probably stands for draw text expert mode or something. Draw text using font and additional parameters. I don't know what EX stands, extended parameters perhaps, but now we can there's also a pro option. All right, this is where we pro parameters here. But we can specify our font, our text, position, font size, spacing, color tint, those things. And we'll also want to be using our measure text EX here with our specific font. So we're gonna have to come in here and we're gonna fix this up real quick. But the main thing, draw text EX, the font we want happens to be the Pixel Play font here. Pixel Play font. I'm probably gonna do some refactor here to make this, this feels strange to have this. I'm not sure how I feel about it. It seems fine. This should really be, in my mind, a get this. Hang on, we're gonna do a lazy load here. I want this to be a get that loads this the first time. So this one, we're gonna comment this out. It's gonna be a maybe font. Captain Anosa, welcome back to the stream. How have you been, my friend? How are things going? How is your I think you do crocodiles or alligators. How are your reptilians? I forget. I apologize that I don't remember, but I hope you're doing well, my friend. Remind me, are they alligators or crocodiles? If S Pixel Play is null. Then spixelplay is going to be this, but rather than using this here, we actually want to use our paths here. So there's a couple things that I wish I had caught initially, but we're gonna do a little bit of refactoring here. Let me go into my board renderer to remember how we did this. This is thanks to SMAB path combine. Okay, so I'm gonna do path.combine assets, fonts, and then pixel play an array of parts.png. Okay, so this is going to make it ideally platform independent. So the / is sort of a, you know, Linux Mac thing. On Windows, we use this /. Seems to be okay for some reason here that I was doing it, but this is going to make sure that we use it for whatever platform we happen to be on. It's going to do the correct ones. The crocodile game is going swimmingly. Crocodile, gotcha. I had to remember, I knew there was some sort of reptilian. And swimmingly, I love that. Does it need to be, oh, I can just pass it in there? There's probably, I can just do this. Thank you, Smab, appreciate it. Just string parameters, gotcha. String, look at them. They know what they're doing. Smab, I appreciate it. My follow-up is for a deeper, better understanding of what Unity is doing, because the behavior I've seen. To cause barrier, I can update script code, it reloads the domain, enter play mode, and it does not obey the new code. Something as simple as transform.set parents, close out Unity, reload the project, and it may or may not obey the code changes. Yes, it did get saved. Enter play mode, and it may or may not behave as though it has two comps of the same code for the same game object. The Ryu Shinaka, I'd be happy to look at it. It's hard to I understand text communication can be very difficult. Let's say text communication can be very difficult. Something that you could, if possible, I would love to check this bug out, this issue, this question. Could you, because I don't quite understand, I need a little bit more clarity on my end to maybe answer better. Could you perhaps record a small video showing the steps you take to reproduce it in like a very small, just like create a custom script that has like the property you want to modify and go through the process that you're showing there. I know it's a lot of work, but perhaps that will help me to better understand, because I don't understand. So I apologize for that. We're going to return pixelplay.value here. There we go. So this will get this back. I'm curious what the formatting issue is here. There was extra space there. That's interesting. Enjoy your work, Ryan. Your lurk at work, Ryan. Ryan, I appreciate you being here. Congratulations on number 10. Hero Fox, great to see you as well. Great to have you here. I hope you're having a beautiful Saturday. Can't believe it's Saturday. Time is flying by. We're cooking. Time is cooking through, man. So we're gonna load this up here. Base size. Someone, I hate that my alerts, I heard a thing, travel the world, you're too kind, my friend. Thank you so much for your contributions. I don't know why it doesn't come through in the chat anymore. Very, very strange. Veiled Castle, thank you for the follow. Thank you for being here today. Veiled Castle, what a cool name. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a beautiful day. That whole, Smab, thank you so much. I like this. All right. So this can be the following. Smab, thank you for this. Been working in languages that don't have this. We can use the null coalescing assignment operator. Look at that. Beautiful, Smab. You're the best. Black magic. So fresh and so clean it is, as long as you understand what this does. As long as you understand that we're using the null coalescing assignment operator. Gotta love that. Gotta love that. Null coalescing assignment operator does all the magic for you. Does all that magic for you. Zerkath, great to have you here. It's the Black Magic. Travel the world. You're too kind, my friend. Thank you so much for the coffee. I appreciate it. We'll drink a cup for you, my friend. Travel the world. You're the best. How have you been, Travel the world? I hope you've been well. Okay. This base size is interesting. This blocked height is interesting as well. It tells us how tall this thing is going to be. Caveman crafting, things are going wonderfully well. Any day I can wake up and code with the crew. It's a beautiful day in Distron. Welcome back. Welcome back. What have you been working on, Distron? Are you still working on your game about the giant S? I'm doing absolutely wonderful, Caveman crafting. I hope you're doing well as well. So this one should really be pixel play dot. I can't get base size. Does not contain a definition for base size. What was it? Is this really what we had before? Size. Pixel play dot base size. Oh, I just had a typo in there. But you can't use S pixel play until after pixel play has been called, so that code is not stable. Yeah, my autocomplete was getting me there. Captain without hats, Hero Fox. You got to give the people what they want. They didn't want it yet. My box of hats over here. Thank you for the hat redeem. I appreciate it. Oh, here they come. Here they come. Thank you for the hat redeem. Hero Fox, thank you for the hat redeem. Captain Anosa, I appreciate it. You finished Space Invaders? Yeah, I saw that post. I saw that post on stream. Thank you for the pat redeem. We need a pat redeem. I don't know what the pat redeem would do, Corfless. What does the pat redeem do? All right. So this becomes pixel play dot base here. Hero Fox is true. You are a transcender. You are such a transcender, my friend. Okay. So now we want to come in here and we want to measure these things in the following way. Measure text, but we want measure text EX like this. So measure text EX, and this is going to take in our pixel play font. Let's pull this in here real quick. There's more arguments. There's more arguments. I like that. So there's something nice about the simple version. So I've been using Raylib with my students this last 2 weeks, and there's something really nice about the simple functions. So you show them the simple functions first. I said, well, I want to do something more. I want to do something. It's like, okay, we need a little bit more information. Yeah, we're using Raylib Distron. It's a a library for making small games, and then it says, okay, well, I want to do a little bit more. And then they provide these extended EX functions. And then like, oh, this is cool. I want to do a little bit more. And they provide the pro. So you can sort of step it into it slowly, one little step at a time, really saying, okay, there's need a few arguments. All right, need a few more arguments if we want to do something a little bit more advanced. All right, so this float is our font size. And then our spacing, I'm not quite sure I can remember what spacing is. But let's go with a float spacing. Let's do a public const float spacing. Here, I'm gonna refactor this one a little bit too. Let's make this a public const spacing. One. Let's try one. I don't know what it is. Padding in it. I don't understand. I'm sorry. I don't get it. I don't understand the question. Was that a question? Or are you saying padding in it? In it? Is it? I don't know. I'm confused. This should be a float. What is this returning? This returns a vector 2. Okay, this returns a vector 2. Which is, I'm assuming, the entire amount of space it takes up. So not just a width. Right? Divide by 2 is interesting. So in our measure offset, we should call this, this is interesting. Risky Biscuit, welcome back to the stream. If it returned a vec3, that would be weird. Yeah, no, it makes sense that it returns this. So it's giving us the full dimensions. Divide by 2. It's going to give us the height as well, which is a little bit interesting. Measure string for font. It's interesting. We're going to go with it for now. This isn't our measure offset. This is the message measurement. I guess we're dividing by 2. Zerkath, that's my... If I had to complain about anything, it's the documentation. There's part of it that I like, there's part of it that I dislike. Their documentation, they specifically say, by the way, there's no documentation, but it's because we don't think documentation helps you, so we provide a lot of examples. The name of the variable, dimensions, yeah, message, dimensions. I like that. All right, so I'm gonna get rid of this divide by 2 here for it. And then this is gonna be, this is really, the word is high score. High score dimensions. And this field, can I do a const here? Oh yeah. Can't do a const here. I can't do a const there though. Okay, so make this a const high score here. They don't have, yeah, there's no docs, but there's a bunch of examples. Sometimes you just need something to explicitly explain it. That's why you need, Distron, that's exactly what I feel. Their examples are kind of hard to navigate, is another complaint I would have about it. So this is the center. Can I make this a const? Probably not, yeah. Const is only if there's a constant, there's variables on this side. All of these would need to be constants. The board width is not constant. Pixel play.base size. Yeah, this is interesting. Are their examples hard to navigate because they are doing a ton of stuff at once? No. Let me show you what I mean. If you go, it's Raylib. All right, so this is their entire documentation. Everything has like 1 sentence documentation. If we go, their examples are hard to navigate because you can't search them. Cheat sheet. Where's the examples? Here it is. Here. Oh, this goes somewhere else now. There was something else. All right, so never mind. These are okay. So what I found is searching through their examples here in the repository is all right, but it's sometimes hard to know what you're looking for. Examples. This is what I was looking for. If you click this, I can't do a thing like text, draw, text X. Whoa. Oh, maybe I can. Maybe I'm just dumb. Look at me. I'm just dumb. This looks great. I can't. So they have this. I didn't notice this. I couldn't before. I think I was searching for a control F sprite. These are not like the example. If you know which example you want to try to find, I didn't notice this before. All right, so maybe this is just me being crazy. Tuber Tugger, welcome back to the stream. Great to have you here. Thank you for the whoa. In the floating bar, Zerkath, yeah, it's my fault. I didn't know. So their examples are perfect. They're easy. Look how good they are. You know they're good when they have this many stars on them. That said, I'm loving Raylib. The documentation is the one thing that is a little bit... Oh, stars aren't for how good they are. That's for the basic examples. 4 stars for the most complex. That should not be the rating system of difficulty, in my opinion. That makes me feel like someone has rated the example. You saw my mistake immediately because I don't read. I don't know how to read. Even if the internal docs are good, I still like in code comments that are extensive so I can quickly gather how to use the API. So I love these. These are pretty good. So let's go to the title screen here. They have code with lots of comments in the code. Wait this many seconds, do this. So my students have found these to be quite good. And one thing that I really like about this, giving my students these ones, there's a C# library, that repository that has the examples in C#. I kind of just give my students the C one, say, okay, by the way, you can use this, but you're not going to be able to copy and paste it. And so they have to figure out the translation. One of the students found the C# repository. But I told them not to share it. But this has been a great experience for them learning how to do stuff with Raylib, is having them translate these C examples into C# examples. Tuber, you don't want to waste time on bad, so you only look for the 4 songs. They're too confusing. That's exactly right. Tuber, I use the C# one as well. It's been good for my students though, because the names of everything are the same. All right, let's try and do a thing with the thing on the thing here. All right, vector 2, score dimensions. Raylib.measure text. Tuber Tugger, we discovered we're not actually using the font that you gave us. This is actually the default font. Even though we're loading in the Pixel Play fonts, we're using the default font. And so CodeMonk submitted an issue on GitHub, and so we're fixing that today. So we're loading the font. To actually use the font that you loaded, we have to use the draw EX here. Zerkath, 2D and 3D. 2D and 3D. So we're going through and fixing that. If anyone else wants to play with the game, submit bugs, open up pull requests, add features, feel free to do so. Just make sure you let us know that you're working on a piece so we don't work on it simultaneously. I've been enjoying it so much. Yeah, so we're using the incorrect one here, and we're gonna go fix that. And I've done a little bit of modification here, so I'm hoping you don't mind too much. So I'll call this score. Size, I'm just gonna replace this with pixel.base size here. So I don't need that. Spacing, like this. I'm wondering if this, I don't need to recalculate this. I forgot about that. It definitely had multiple fonts working in my example side for it. Yeah, something, I'm assuming that there's just a miss. I should have noticed too, honestly. Okay, so now we can draw this on the screen, maybe, possibly, potentially. We want to do a raylib.draw. Zerkath says, is Raylib just a simple way to do 2D games? One thing about it is you can do 2D games that has 3D stuff as well. It is written in the C programming language. The thing that makes it so cool to me is that they have packaged all the libraries into one. All the libraries that they use are one library now, so they don't have any external references. One of the challenges I've had trying to do windowed programs, graphic programs, is my students are on Windows, Mac, and Linux. And the Mac one there has often caused trouble because it requires us to have SDL installed or have some external library installed that is really painful to get installed for my students' computers remotely. So one thing that I really like about it here is that I'm here thinking, Junicus, welcome back. I'm here thinking still that you told your students not to share the C#. I'm imagining how that went. Hey, Tommy, don't share this. And Tommy says, sure, teach it. In his mind, I already told our school, the next school, and grandma. It's true. They already know. Last time I checked, you couldn't compile. I think you're saying compile a Mac app unless you had a Mac yourself. I do have a Mac. I'm not understanding distro. I don't understand what you're. I don't understand if that's a question. I don't understand it. Only iOS phone apps have the restriction, I believe. You can compile. It's the distribution that is difficult. Not impossible, but difficult. So this is our text. The position now, we say, okay, where are we going to put this thing? And that, let's create a vector 2 here. And then we'll simplify this. Hi HS position is a new vector, and we got to give it the, I'm going to rename this to HS dims dimensions, HS size. I like size better. Score size. Because to make an app, you need to compile an Xcode. You do, yes. So you need to compile an Xcode if you want to make an app that can be published to the Apple Store or to the iOS. I'm assuming it's called the Apple Store as well. I don't do a lot with that. You can still compile binaries. They just end up being kind of difficult to run on another person's computer. You can do a thing where you sign them, and then you can distribute so I've done this. I've done the following before, where I have my students install my personal signature, not personal, but like a signature I have for applications I've done. And then I send them things that it allows it to run because they've set it up so that, oh, when our teacher sends these binaries, they're signed by the teacher. It says, you know, the name of the school, and so their computer trusts that. It's really painful though. CodeMonk says, I noticed the font issue because I was implementing the UI on my version of the game and I was really confused about why the text was looking different. Gotcha. CodeMonk, are you doing it in Rust? Is that true? Also, BK, welcome back. Great to have you here. All right, Pixelplay message. Our new position here. This is going to be, I believe, the top left corner. So we're going to go with hssize.width. hssize. I guess x would be the width. Divided by 2. Divided by 2. So this is half. And then we want it to be in the center of the screen. So it's going to be left plus center minus this. Why are we having trouble with the divide by 2? The component of the vector, is it just, I need to have a space there. All right. For that error to go away. And then the top. Format this. All right, so this is going to be our HS position. Our font size, I think we've been doing base size. Like that. And then spacing. And then our color dot white. Let's go with this here. I'm learning Bevy Engine while rewriting Catman. Gotcha, CodeMonk. I can't remember who it is. Someone is working on a Rust version of this game, which I think is really cool. They showed me they told me about it. I don't think they actually showed it to me. I told them send it along. I'd love to see it. How difficult do you think would Raylib be for a self-taught C# coder with lots of knowledge gaps? Tricky. It's tricky. I am setting up projects specifically for my students to use to learn model view controller. So to make a complex program, you know, I actually don't know if that'd be that hard. I don't know. You know, knowledge gaps are going to be, you're always going to have knowledge gaps. You're always going to have knowledge gaps. It depends on what you want to make. It depends on the complexity. I think having my students scope down small games, they're doing great. So one of them's made a snake game. We're going to be working on a Pong game next week. These are sort of things, they have quite a few knowledge gaps, and the only way to fill those gaps is to start doing things that are bigger than what you already know. So they've learned the basics. They've learned the absolute basics, and now I'm trying to get them, look, here's this code. Here's this code that is way bigger. I'm giving you code that you have to look at and examine and study to say, oh, what was this doing? And they're starting to learn, oh, to be able to do something, I have to kind of go look at some other code, see how it was done there, and then use it myself. I'm just realizing a light above me is off. The room feels really dark. Give me a second here. Turn this light on. If it's feeling, I suspect that made no difference for you because I have some bright lights coming this way, but the shadows were feeling really weird here. Full box, my life is a knowledge gap. Look, that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. And Kibuka, welcome back to the stream. Great to have you here. I don't know if that made any sense, Beegs. I think it is easier in my mind than Unity. I'm using it as a precursor to go into Unity. So students are now thinking about how to organize their code. So the class I'm teaching is called Intermediate Projects in C#, .NET, and Unity. So we're using C#. We've done a little bit with Blazor. So we've learned a little bit. We did some console stuff. We've done a little bit of Blazor stuff. We're using Raylib, and then we're going to go into Unity and say, okay, so now Unity has a bunch of this stuff, but you've thought about how to separate the components, and Unity now gives you 10 billion things to use. Keep trying to goad me into making something with Raylib. I've had a lot of fun with it. You might have a lot of fun as well. I think you would be fine. If you've used Unity, you'll be fine. It's missing a lot of the niceties of Unity. I'd love to help work on an open source Unity project with chat. I'm going to see this editor config thing I've done is sort of the first steps in my mind to making it so the projects I do on stream.
Oh, I got that fix.
Thank you for that dopamine blast codes. We got it. We got that dopamine. Thank you. All right, so this is our HS position. Let's take a look here and see how we did. You might C#. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, that's a nice font. High score. There we go. Up in the middle, centered nicely. Okay. What were we doing with the padding? All right, so I got to add padding to the top as well. Top plus padding. There we go. Like that. Nameless Coder. Welcome back to the stream today. Nameless Coder, I hope you're having a beautiful day. How you doing, friend? Great to see you. There we go. High score. Let's now add in the position. We'll add the text below that now. Add the text below that. We're going to add in the score. Raylib.draw text ex pixel play score here. And we need our score position. I'm going to put this here. And then this vector to score position is new left plus center minus this should be score size dot x divided by 2. And our top is going to be our top plus padding plus hs size dot y plus padding. All right, so from the top, our HS size is how big our text is. That thing has padding above it, and then we add a padding below that as well. So we could do a padding times 2, and do 2 plus paddings just for now, and then we'll see if we can simplify that in a moment. All right, so this would be our score position, pixel play dot base size spacing color white. There we go. See how we did. There it is. Really cool. Tuber says the cool part about the code we did though is when the font does work, it automatically spaces things out for you. Yeah. Look, there it is. Nice. Can we implement a GitHub action to run our test before? It already, Tuber, we have that now. So it does do that. So it checks the formatting, it builds it, and it runs the test. So it does those 3 things to ensure. Yeah, so that was part of, I wanted to learn how to set up the GitHub actions for that. I'd done it before, but I hadn't done it with C# project. With the formatting, that's not true. I'd done it with building and testing. All right, so we have our position. This here, score size, score position, H size, H position. Let's do one last gander here. I'm noticing, do I really need to do any refactoring, or is this straightforward enough? Straightforward enough here. feels relatively straightforward. I might pull out this. This seems like it's necessary here. I might pull the const out up here, but it's already kind of doing that. Love me a good const string. It's true. It's true. Okay, I feel pretty happy with this here. Yeah. Feel happy with it. All right, let's do a quick format check bash. Check. I'm curious what all these problems are coming from. Oh, it's from the Raylib library. And then we'll do a push up. We'll commit and push. Beautiful. Awesome, awesome. Okay, let's get this added in. Fix. This is going to be use correct. Have you heard of CodeMade? I have not heard of CodeMade. Use pixel play font in info renderer. I'm going to try to put the string next to the lines that are using it. So I see. So Smab would say to do this and this. Is this what you're suggesting, Smab? I think that's a reasonable expectation. I think that's a completely reasonable expectation, yeah. So message, I'm gonna change this to, I guess message makes sense. Message feels a little bit weird. High score text. And then this would be score text. Just, I don't know if it actually needs to have that. Message, HS size, HS position, score size. Yeah, so I'm not sure. Just call everything a very professional, variable professional formats. All right, I like that. Let's add that in. Use pixel plate font and info renderer. There we go. Commit. Push that up. Little low-hanging fruit bugs. I love it. Make me feel productive, please. Thank you. Please and thank you. All right. We could actually use this. We have the GitHub PRs here. I wonder if we can look at it here. Oh, I haven't opened up a PR. Can I open a PR from here? Create pull request. Let's try this. 27 UI is not using. Here we go. Fixes and closes number 27. I don't like that I don't get the autocomplete here. Fixes and closes number 27. Let's see how we do if we put that there, like so. It does fixes and closes number 27. A little off topic from our usual combos, but are you looking forward to Final Fantasy Rebirth? I'm assuming that's Final Fantasy Rebirth. Is this the Final Fantasy 7, like the next part in the Final Fantasy 7 game? Let me just say, this might be the first time I've heard FF Rebirth. I'm not 100% sure or not. Yeah, so I've played it so far. I wouldn't say I'm like so excited about it. I will be playing it. Let me put it that way. So I will be playing it. Final Fantasy VII was a big part of my childhood, I guess you might say. I think it's a big part of a lot of people who are my age or around my age's childhood. It's so crazy in my mind to look at the graphics now and just remember as a kid being like, those graphics are so incredible. Let's look at GitHub Actions. All right, so our action passed here. All right, so it built, it went through, shows pending check, details. All right, so our check passed, so we do our build, child build and test. I don't have a PS5 yet. I don't have a PS5 yet. All right, so let's go ahead and merge this in. Final Fantasy VIII. You know what? I never really played Final Fantasy VIII. We'll delete this. Okay. and then we're gonna check out. It didn't like to. All right, get pull. Okay. Final Fantasy IX is my favorite. I know. I just didn't. For whatever reason, I didn't play Final Fantasy VIII until I was an adult. Final Fantasy IX. Somehow I skipped Final Fantasy VIII. Tuber Tugger wants me to sing Final Fantasy IX. You want me to sing the Final Fantasy IX song? Tuber Tugger. Or do you want me to AI generate a song? Tuber Tugger. Hang on. That's the wrong one. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, Tuber Tugger. I would like to thank you for redeeming Tuber Tugger. Thank you for the song Redeem. Thank you, Tuber Tugger. I hope you enjoy this song today. Thank you, Tuber Tugger. This is the Final Fantasy IX theme. It's the melodies of the past or something. Are we winning? We're winning so much, Biffles. We're winning so much. To get bashed, so I just have to ask, yeah, we just made a pull request. We merged things in. It's going well. The merge went fine. We just closed another one. Some other day I will also have a song. Let me know, Tuber, if you want me to generate an AI song and sing it for you. I have fun with those sometimes. Sometimes not so much, but sometimes I do. I put it there for reasons. Some other day we'll also have a song. It's true, Poostek. Someday, maybe, perhaps. You know, I tried Final Fantasy VII when we even owned it, but I never got past the Robo Scorpion at the start. Gotcha. I didn't even know we could gen AI a song. I'm very intrigued. So here, I'll show you. Let me see. Give me a prompt for a song. Let me open up let's open up Chat GPT. We just got that merged in. So I need a prompt that you want. I used to speedrun FF9, 9-hour endeavor. Yeah. Did you ever? So I'm assuming that you got the Excalibur 2 at some point. So like the best weapon in the game, you have to basically speedrun the game in under like 7 or 8 hours. It's sort of right near the end section. I can't remember all the details, but you have to get there in under 8 hours to be able to get it. Sub 11 hours. Whew. You're going to sing ChatGPT. I get it. Yeah. So Tuber, do you got a how do I want to hide this section. Oh, here's how I could do it. There we go. All right. So give me a prompt. Here we are on the Chat GPT. Give me a prompt and for a song. All right. Write a short song about Tuber Tugger. A wonderful program. Prompt. Write me lyrics for a Final Fantasy themed rap. Write a short song for a Final Fantasy themed rap. Make it clean. All right. Yo, we start in a world that's vast and wide with crystal shining, a guide on the side. A hero rises with destiny in hand against the darkness. They make their stand. Chocobos running swift and free. Hang on. Through plains and forests as far as you can see. Mages casting spells in the air. Warriors fighting with valor fair. This is the Final Fantasy where dreams come alive. With every battle we strive to survive. In lands of magic where legends thrive. Together we journey, together we strive. Yeah. Airships soaring high above the clouds, exploring new worlds away from the crowds. Monsters lurking in dungeons deep, treasures waiting for those who leap. Summoning guardians with powers immense, against foes daunting, the tension's intense. From Midgar to Spira, the journeys are vast. In every story's memories that last. This is the Final Fantasy where dreams come alive. With every battle we strive to survive. In lands of magic where legends thrive. Together we journey, together we strive. From the ashes a dawn will hang on. In the heart of the battle where the true test lies, with friends by our side under endless skies, for the light of the crystals, for hope that never dies, we'll keep on fighting as the phoenix flies. From the ashes a new dawn will rise, with tales of heroes under crystal skies. A saga of hope in the darkest night, with courage and strength for what's right we'll fight. Woof! Woof! This is the Final Fantasy. Trooper Tucker, thank you for the hat. Where dreams come alive. With every battle we strive to survive. In lands of magic where legends thrive. Together we journey, together we strive. So here's to the journey in a world so grand, with a sword in our hand and our feet in the sand, in the Final Fantasy where we make our stand together forever in this magical land. Tuber Tugger, thank you so much for the song redeem. We did it. We did it. Thank you for the song redeem. I'm just a little sweaty now. Just a little sweaty. Got a little sweat in there. Thank you everybody for not abandoning me. For having to listen to that. Points at all, 125 points to all you beautiful people. Thank you guys for being here. All right, we made it through some issues here. Well, your inner Bon Jovi service for a second. I almost was there. This is the final countdown. It's true. Some sheet music for the song. I was thinking I should get a guitar out and I could put, it would help a little bit. I don't know if I have enough improvisational skills currently. If I missed a hat routine, let me know. Spicy. Folks, I just want to remind you, if you want to, you can contribute to this project. Open up an issue, open up a pull request, do your thing. I love having it. Can ChatGPT generate sheet music? It does it very poorly. So you can do, here, let me show you. You can tell it to add chords. All right, so let me show you what it can do. It won't generate sheet music, but you can say add guitar chords to the chorus. Okay, and then it'll come in. Here's a simple chord progression accompany a chorus here. So it'll tell you it'll add these chords in here over the song. C, G, A minor, F. Yeah, so this, you can tell it this. I don't know why it's going off. I didn't tell it to give me playing tips. I said just give me so we could try this. This would probably sound reasonably well. If you've played guitar tabs, this is pretty standard for reading guitar music. This here is pretty standard guitar notation. Or if you're on piano, C, G, A minor, F is pretty straightforward to do. Anyway, it's not that bad. It doesn't generate sheet music. This would be called this isn't even tabulature. This is just over the song. It's saying use these 4 chords. Oh, you never looked at lyrics like that? Yeah, so in guitar music, do I have any guitar music sitting by that I can show? I don't think I have a guitar music I can show that's just sitting in here. This is almost exactly what it looks like. It's just not lined up perfectly, so you would basically, if I were to notate this better, it would be C, G, A minor, and then probably F over here. So it'd probably be C, G, A minor, and then a blank measure of F for each one of these. So typically you just put it above above the lyrics like that. And you might have underneath, you might have sheet music with like the rhythm for this, but c'est la vie, right? C'est la vie. So tabs, just writing the notes instead of using the music symbols. So guitar tabs shows, instead of writing the music, here's a picture of guitar tablature. So here's an example of guitar tablature. This is the music. So this is how you would write it using musical notation. Tablature says each one of these lines represents a string on the guitar, and this is where you put your fingers. So it's saying 5th fret, 7th fret, 7th fret, open, 3rd fret, open, open, 3rd fret. So guitar tablature just has the numbers on the lines where you put your fingers, so you don't have to learn how to read music. that said, I can read music, and so I took guitar lessons for several years, so I can read music. But yeah, guitar tablature is designed to make it easier for people who don't read music to do it. And the problem is, tablature often just looks like this, and then you don't have the rhythms. Tablature, so if you don't know what the rhythms are, so this is usually what tablature looks like. And so it doesn't sort of break down the rhythm for you the way music notation does. Yeah, the instrument programmer combo never fails. Oh yeah, I wanted to be a music teacher. I went to school to be a music teacher. Okay, let's look at this next thing. Game level should increase upon collecting all dots. Music notation shows rhythm. Good question. Good question. Let me open up. Let's see. Do I have Muse score here? Let's see if this will open up. It's a good question, Distron. Musical notation shows how the the notes break down. Shows how the notes break down. Let's switch here. So, these describe the rhythms. So this here describes a note that sort of is 1, 2, 3. This describes a note that is held for 2 beats. This describes don't play anything for half a beat. Play this note for half a beat. So you end up with, let's see if this will play here. The MIDI's messed up, so you can't hear it. But you can kind of see the music moving across here. So this is just saying that there are 4 beats. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't actually think it's that important to understand. It's important to understand a little bit. I wish it would play this here, but you can sort of see this thing moving across at a constant speed. I know it doesn't look like a constant speed. I wish. Why isn't my audio working here? Preferences, input, output, headphones. Can I just say go to, let's go here. Hang on. I want this to go to, this is where it should go. No, I still don't hear anything. That's too bad. That's too bad. I remember last time I went to do this, it had a problem. Windows Direct Sound. Primary capture sound driver. I probably just need, there was an update. I probably need to just uninstall and reinstall this. I remember last time I went to write music, this was a huge pain to get working. Windows WAS API. Yeah, we don't hear anything, and I don't know. So the question is this just outputting somewhere weird that I don't know about? Or what's going on with it? Yeah, so this is some music I wrote. It's hard to see. I wish you could see, I could press the button and you could hear it at the same time. It's too bad. This happens to be, let's go look, let's listen to this here. Open game art. This is this song here. So you'll be able to hear it here. Let me see if I can time it right. Hang on. It's never gonna work. I'm trying to point it out here. Dun, 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 dun. So this is the music up here. So this is the song you're listening to. This is the musical notation here. So the musical notation describes the rhythm and pitch simultaneously. It doesn't necessarily describe every bit of it, but it does better than tab. Tabs just show where the finger goes. All right. Thank you for the digression here. Thank you for the distraction. Tuber says, my dad works at the almost homophone factory. The benefits suck, but he loves the annual salary. That's not a question, Tuber Tugger. It's kind of efficient. It turns out music notation is pretty janky. Music notation's pretty janky. A lot of programmers are like, that's really weird. It's really weird. Yeah, so it has some niceties to it, but it's kind of janky. Panda Coder, welcome to the stream. Happy Sunday. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Okay, let's see if we can do a thing with a thing on a thing as a thing. Ludwig von the Captain Coder. Panda Coder top tier. It's great to have you here, Panda Coder. Thank you for popping in. I hope you're having a beautiful day wherever you happen to be in the world. So I want to do this issue next. When the player has collected all the dots, the game level should increase and the level should reset. All right, so we're gonna assign this to me. Did I say happy Sunday? I meant happy Saturday. Look, happy day. Maybe I should just stop talking. All right, so after we collect all the dots, the level needs to reset. We've implemented a respawn, so we're gonna do some refactors here. Let's create a branch for this. Happy Hatter Day. I love it. Even better. All right, but we have this reasonable, what I would consider a somewhat reasonable workflow. I'm pretty happy with how things are going. I'm happy with the contributions people have been making. You guys are awesome. Okay, so currently, let's run it. Currently, if I collect all the dots, the game doesn't end and we don't proceed to a new level. We have an almost completely working game at this point, which is great. But if I collect all the dots, the game... Uh-oh. I've made a mistake. There we go. Knowing how the AIs think a little bit, like what they're attempting to do, is really actually quite useful. Uh-oh. Needs audio for sure. I would agree with that statement. But if I collect all these dots, it just keeps going. Oh boy. All right. Boozled them. Oh. Ah. All right, I got away. Here we go. Who's your favorite character in Happy Days? This might be upsetting to learn, but I cannot name a single character from the show Happy Days. I hope that's not too upsetting for anyone. I don't know if I've ever seen an episode of Happy Days. Let's see if we can lure all of these guys up here away from where I want to be. All right. Successfully lured. There we go. So, all the dots have been collected. It should end. Happy Days was the one with Fonzie, Arthur Fonzarelli. I hear he says, hey. That's what I know. Thought those were Voltorb for a second. Those are the Baldies. So what we want to do is when we run out of dots, the level should increase and dots should be added back in. Yeah, they're called Baldies. This is Catman. The Baldies are coming for Catman's hat. Exactly, Biffles. Exactly. So our game, what's interesting here, there's a couple interesting thoughts. Or I have a few, I don't know if they're interesting. I have a couple thoughts. You feel attacked? Don't feel attacked. Why would you feel attacked? Look, we all need a hat sometimes. We all need a hat sometimes. They're just upset because this guy is the bald and the beautiful. It's my favorite soap opera. What's interesting here, It lets me do that. I don't get that was interesting. I'll get your hat next time, Catman. So you need to cache, exactly. Smab, exactly. I need to remember the dot pattern so I can restore it. And so I have a few thoughts on how to do this. There's a couple places I could put it. I could put it in the board. I could also, I think that's probably what I want to do, and then have a reset function or since we have the initial board pattern, we can always just construct a new board, something along those lines, but the game needs to be able to reset the board. The game needs to be able to reset the board. There's, like I said, there's different ways we could do this. I'm gonna make my game have as part of its constructor here. I think I'm gonna start using, I'm gonna do this. Let's get rid of you. Let's do this. Let's add in a board here. So we're going to pass in a board as part of this. Let's go fix this in our code. Sijian, welcome back to the stream. Congratulations on number 16. All right, so where we construct this, I want to specify that we're going to have a new board with a standard board. Biffles, give me a second. I'll go back to that there. This is I think it's called the default constructor syntax. I'm not 100% sure of that, but we'll look at it real quick. I'll show you what it's doing. Board.standard board. So we're going to go ahead and construct a board here. Why doesn't it like this? There's no argument corresponding to board. So you are asking what this is. This allows me to specify a constructor. So that you can think of this as a constructor in C#. What is the C# constructor default? It's not, I don't think it's called default constructor. It's new. It's a new language feature. C# top level constructor. I can't remember the name of it. Top class constructor. It's looking for base class here. Primary. Thank you, Smeb. C# primary constructor. So this is a feature that was added in C# 12. Here's a link to it. Appreciate it. I'm really liking them. They allow you to specify a constructor for your object at the top level without specifying a full constructor, and then you can use those to specify stuff. Enjoy your lunch, Smab. Thank you for hanging out with us. So this is just saying that I have a constructor here that has these things, and I can use those to initialize here. So in my board, I'm going to make the board here like this. And really, I want to have a copy. I believe I want a copy method on board, so that I can make a copy of the original board and then also do a thing here, call this will be a private original board. Like this, board.copy. So I can actually remember the board here. This is my plan to do it this way. I'm a little confused here. I'm assuming that this is just didn't rebuild. Okay, it just didn't rebuild. VS Code didn't invoke it. So we create a board here with the standard board. Okay. So now in my game, I want to keep track. I want to remember the original board as well as the board that is currently being used. This is the game board. There's an original board. So when we get to a new level, we can copy the original board. So I'm going to go into my board here and write an extension method. This should be relatively easy to do. Write an extension method. Public static board copy this board. And it's just going to be a new board. Board.width. Sorry. Board.width. Board.height. And then board.elements. So I have a constructor that lets me pass in an element, and it's going to build that constructor board. Hey, are you worried if you save there's players might get bored? Look, players never get bored of Pac-Man. Have you ever gotten bored of Pac-Man? Ain't nobody ever going to get bored of nothing, never. It's never used here. So now I want to write a method that will... We have this respawn here. What I want to have is a, like, go to next level. So private void completes level, like this. Delta time. So if the level has been completed, we might do something with this. We'll find out. We're going to set player equal to a new player. We're going to reset the enemies. And board is going to be equal to original board.copy. Cannot be assigned. All right, so this needs to have a private set. We need to be able to modify that. All right. Playtime equal to 0. State.game. State equals game state dot playing. So there's an interesting thing here when we complete the level. Oh, I need to have a current level. Public int level. Start at level 1 here. So we'll want to show that level will increase. So our level increases here. The reason I have this delta time, we maybe don't need that. Need a new font for level. Well, we want to show what level we're on. Does it show the level in Pac-Man? Let's take a look. Pac-Man. Does it show what level we're on? I swear I installed ad blocker. Oh, I did. Continue without supporting. It's interesting that ad blocker is doing nothing. It doesn't show what level we're on. That's sort of hidden internally. Okay. So there, it doesn't show. It shows our high school there. I don't show lives yet. Yeah, that if someone wants to open an issue, I don't show lives yet. That'd be a great issue to add if someone wanted to add that in there. Now we're gonna get a bunch of people adding the same issue, so maybe I shouldn't have said that. Okay. Yeah, I don't show the lives, but when we complete the level, what I could do is start new level here. Increase the level, this sort of thing. And what we want to do is when we've collected all of the dots. Yeah, it's just current score. It's fine. It's fine. It is centered. It just shows the current score. It's true. There's a bunch of things to consider here. So start new level. We need to detect if the board has any dots remaining. And this feels really inefficient to do, but I'm just gonna put. Did you fix my center hat code? I question my choices with that. We keep it centered. I don't know if you can go check and see what we did. Distron, get some rest. Thank you for hanging out. Keep coding. Keep growing. Keep being the best you can be. You're welcome back anytime, my friend. We'll see you. We'll see you again soon. Hope you rest well. Public static int count dots. This feels like a highly inefficient thing to do. Board.elements.count key value pair dot value is dot. This fills. Are we counting? Oh, and power pills, dots and power pills. Okay. It's interesting, dots and power pills. Or kvp.value.is power pill. This is what would be considered a highly inefficient. Every frame you're counting all the dots. Probably a better way to do this. There definitely is a better way to do it. We just say how many dots there are supposed to be, and every time we get a dot, we reduce it by 1. That would be one way to do it. Doing it every frame feels bad. It's totally going to be fast enough. For modern computers, flex that CPU as much as possible. I am going to do a thing here where we only do it when we call remove elements. So I'm going to have a thing that tracks a dot factory. Yeah. Okay. So private int dots remaining here. So I have a private int dots remaining, and we'll do board.count dots initially. We can get the number of dots in our original board. We really only need to check it when we've eaten the dots here. Let's make this dots remaining. Make it public. I don't necessarily like this being public because it's not clear that it's calculating it over and over. We can swap that out later though. We only care after we've eaten a dot whether or not we should actually finish. Don't forget, this isn't Pac-Man, it's Catman. So if you want to show a level, go for it. I'm going to show the level, Smab. I'm going to show it. I was just looking to see if it was displayed somewhere. Absolutely. Absolutely. I like the idea of saying what level it is. I kind of like the idea of having different, you finish a level and the board changes to a different level each time and add in different mechanics and stuff. I don't know how much more time we're going to spend on this. We're coming up on the Dungeon Crawler Jam in March, which I would like to start preparing for a little bit. So I'm hoping to have Pac-Man kind of finish. Just try and hide the level number. Won't happen. So we're going to show that level so hard. It's true. If we've consumed a dot, we check. We need to do a check here. I guess we could do it every time. Also do a bool. Here, check eat dots, bool. Turn true. Turn true. Turn false. So when we call check eat dots, I'm gonna say if we've checked the dots, we want to check level complete. So if we eat a dot, check if we've completed a level. Check level complete. And the easiest thing to do here is if, or in my mind, there's several things. Snabble, welcome to the stream, my friend. I don't know if I said welcome. If dots remaining is equal to 0, then complete next. What is it called here? Start new level. So this is going to be super abrupt. Start new level. This is going to end up being super abrupt when we run this. When we get all these dots, it's just going to completely, I believe, completely restart the level. Well, I've killed myself. That was sad. Isn't that the worst, stubbing your toe? It's one of the worst pains, in my opinion. I mean, it's like not bad enough. There's like this interesting thing that if a pain is severe enough, it feels okay to be upset about it. But a stubbed toe, you're like, oh. I'm trying to I'm in a bad place. I'm in a bad place. Oh, I could have kept going. I might not be able to get all the dots. I might be this bad. All right. Oh, so sad. There's a bug. Can I make a Pac-Man, but it's 3D? I was thinking about that. I was like, since the level completion remains untested because we can't beat a level. Also, we probably need to write a test. Probably writing a test would be a useful thing to do, because now I'm like, I have no idea. So it's interesting. I have no idea what I've done wrong. Make this read only. Why this isn't working, and doing the test again feels like really painful. Write a test, never heard of it. So my main. Sometimes I do test-driven development. Usually I go, okay, I wrote some code, it didn't work. I don't know why it's not working. That is usually a good time to write a test, in my opinion. That feels like an appropriate time to write a test, is if you write something, it doesn't work, and going, okay, well, I feel like it should work. I could look at this code just to see, but that feels strange. I found temporary removing the enemies. Smab, stop. That's too easy. That's too easy. That'd be way too easy. I could make it so I could make a test board, right? So I could do what was interesting, start new level. My guess is check level complete. Dots remaining. There it is. There's my board dot count remaining. It's looking at the original board. Wrap time. How do you write working tests when you write only code that doesn't work? Do I write tests for tests? You gotta write it's tests all the way down. Wrap time. It's tests all the way down. Just keep testing all the way down. All right. Let's suffer again for a little bit. The worst part is this isn't really what I wanted to show. That's going to be super abrupt, and I want to add like a starting next level in message. So we have to add like a new state, like a level complete. Oh, geez. So I like overthink the AI behavior a little bit now too, since I kind of know what it does. I don't know which one is doing which behavior though. I don't know which one is doing which behavior. See if we can get out of this bind. We did it. We did it. Just write a test to solve the halting problem. Yeah, easy. Easy. Okay. Getting close. Getting close. Gotta trick the ghosts. Oh no, that guy had the different. I didn't think that was the guy that had the look ahead 4. Here we go. Boom! Alright. There we go. Needs an iframe dodge. Then we add stamina. Yeah. Okay, there we go. There we go. Alright. That worked. Probably should write a test for it, but it does reset. I would like for it to do. I'm going to add in a game state. Pause playing, respawning, game over. Let's add a game state. Level complete. So there's going to be a game state level complete that we actually set, and then level complete will do some stuff for moving it to the next state so that it doesn't just do it immediately. So what we'll do here, rather than starting new level will get called when we're ready to start the new level. But in our check level complete, let's do game state, state equals game state dot level complete here. So if the level is complete, we switch to the game state here. And now we need to actually select here, how do we update? So sort of playing goes to the play method, respawning goes to respawning, paused, we do nothing, game over, we do nothing. Game state dot level complete. Yeah, I don't want to call start next level. I want to have a thing that sort of counts down to the next level. So I have a thing like starting new level in, and this will be something that in the real, we can finish up. It'll actually like reset the game, put the player in a specific spot. So similar to respawn, exactly. So I don't have a good name for this, but because I have it as start new level here. Really, maybe that should be part of start next level. I like that. Let's rename this start. I think you're right, Matt Smab. Start next level. I'm gonna rename this start next level. It needs taking a double delta time like this. Okay. So in transition level could be good too. Start next level. Sort of in our respawn, we're doing this. Respawn countdown minus delta. I'm like adding in more complexity, more variables, more stuff into it. And I essentially want to do something like this. If start next level countdown is less than or equal to 0, then we'll do this. And it sort of is this sort of same pattern here. So there's something here about like, well, I could abstract this, but I don't think I will. I think abstracting it is over-engineering at this point. This was start next level countdown. Demand a star wipe. That would be the renderer's job, right? It'd be the renderer's job. And then we have our here start next level time. 2 seconds, 3 seconds, whatever it is. Part of me wants to make this a thing that you could set here. So depending on your render, you could say, oh, well, this is how much time I need. Or I set this to some infinitely large number. And then when I'm done, I set the timer to 0, say, oh, we're ready. So there's some stuff in here that I would like to potentially refactor as time goes on. So our check dots here, we also need to do start next level countdown is equal to start next level time. And then I believe we'll be okay. It's gonna pause. Part of me wants to do all of this right away, and then it has like next level in. All right, am I tired of beating level 1 yet? Is the question. Am I tired of trying to beat level 1 yet? Am I ready to just add in an easier board? I don't think so. Not yet. I'm not ready just yet. I also have found that if just falling behind the ghost is a really good, feels like a pretty good strategy. I know the ghost can't turn around, so the follow behind has been a reasonably good strategy. They also never stop chasing you. In Pac-Man, there's some times when the ghosts will stop chasing you. Let's go clean up this. When the ghosts get yellow eyes, I know. I want to make it so if they have line of sight of you, they will have that look on their face. So we spent the time making that sprite. We got to actually use it at some point, right? Oh. All right, so it should pause here. There we go. So now in our renderer, do the ghosts have names? We haven't given it Baldies or what I'm calling this. Blinkus was one of the names. They don't have names yet, Junicus. They do not have names yet. Feel free to suggest some names. No promises that I'll keep them. Let's go to our board, or our game renderer. And our game render has this for showing our states. Okay. So if game state, I'm going to refactor this to game state dot level complete. We'll say center text on board. It's going to be next level in game dot start next level countdown. Okay. Blink is 1 through 4. That's right. Center text on board is this thing. I want to feel like there's a better action game.state switch game state dot respawning goes to this. Hang on. There we go. That's what we're gonna do. Game state dot game over. Game state dot level complete.
Our dopamine. Oh, I got that.
Thank you for the
fix.
dopamine.
Oh,
Oh, the Switch expressions. That's right. That's right, Dramulks. All right. Am I? It's gonna tell me I can't do this. No trailings. Okay. I actually prefer trailing commas. We need to update our editor config for that. All right. Let's test it out. So others can look funny at it with the shifty eyes. They need color, so smart ones that need red dumb. Yeah, Junicus. That's one of our issues here. Players should be able to distinguish each enemy. So we do have that as an open issue. We just haven't gone there yet. That emote is slightly too wet for your liking. Which emote is? Oh, the. Oh boy. Oh. All right. Let's see if this should still say. All right. So something went wrong. We're no longer drawing that text. You know why? So I'm not doing action.invoke. There we go. Dr. Revstedt, I'm doing absolutely wonderful. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I'm doing an absolutely beautiful day. The intelligent AI needs to look at the shifty at the dumb AI. Yeah. All right, so there we go. Respawning in. We need to update the text for that to use the potentially the same font. Oh, no. The look of disdain, it's true. So disdainful. Luring him away always feels like good. Leave him alone. Hey, Baldies, leave that capped man alone. Oh, this is a terrible mistake. The ghosts get faster each level too, or they're supposed to. The enemies. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's do our... We need to make like a menu and stuff as well, so that's something that'll be fun to make. Yeah, we did figure out the scaling issue with full screen. I think you're assuming, you're referring to the weird shadowing that Smab was seeing. Here we go. Boom. Next level in. There we go. There we go. All right. I like this feature. Format documents. Let's do our quick check. Hats are going to spawn in and they're going to give us power-ups. Ideally, give us power-ups or power-downs. Did you put some A-star on those ghosts? No, it's not A-star. They're just using a... it's an interesting... Basically doing a breadth-first search to decide which direction to go. So it's not A-star. Just a breadth-first search. Okay. Sure all my documents are formatted properly. A breadth-first search, yeah, in case you get hungry. Okay. I like it. We got another feature, folks, and then we're going to take a break here. Feat implements next. Oh, I want to add in. Yeah, we're going to go to feat implement next level. Good. Implements next level functionality. There we go. We'll push that up. We're going to open up a pull request here. And this is going to be adds and closes number 14. So it's not just they have to select their tile. So they currently are using the AI that Pac-Man does. So let me show you. They're not always going straight for Pac-Man. They have a target tile. They have a tile that they're trying to get to, and they use a breadth first search to get to that tile. So let me show you real quick what that looks like. Let's get all the ghosts out. So this ghost, this enemy that starts out here, there is, yeah, so we're emulating how Pac-Man is. You'll notice there's this square around Capman. This guy is targeting that spot. Currently, the guys in the middle are just, they don't have a target tile. They're just sort of patrolling back and forth. Now, this guy is, when you'll notice, is targeting this. This is Clyde's behavior. Now, he's just waiting to get out here. So Clyde's behavior is to go down here. If you're close to Pac-Man, your target tile, if you're far from Pac-Man, the target tile is Pac-Man. Otherwise, it goes far away. All right, if you're close enough, this guy's targeting 4 in front of Pac-Man. And then there is this guy whose position is kind of interesting. You'll notice it's moving around. It's based on the relative location of one of the enemies to Pac-Man. So they have a target tile, and then we use a breadth first search to get to it. Smap, thank you for the link there. That we've implemented the behavior of that ghost without the scatter. They currently don't do a scatter phase. There we go. Adds and closes this. Create a pull request. And we'll wait for this. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to get myself, we have a caffeine day, but I'm going to get myself some tea. We're probably going for another 2 or 3 hours here. I'm going to get myself tea. We'll get another coffee on after our next break. So I'll see you guys in just a minute. Don't go anywhere. The captain will return. Hang tight.
Whoa.
Mooniz, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome to the stream. How was your stream, Mooniz? Folks, you guys don't know, Mooniz, incredible software engineer, programmer, developer, full-time professional game developer in Unity. It's taught me everything I know about game dev in Unity. Mooniz, thank you so much for being here. If you got any links, feel free to drop them. Popcorn, welcome back to the stream as well. Great to have you here. Great to see all you wonderful, beautiful people. We are working on Catman. Catman here. We've worked on it for several weeks now. Been having a good time with it, but this pass, we're gonna go ahead and merge this in. Here, Zoltralord. Great to see you, my friend. Zoltralord, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Happy Saturday. I keep saying happy Sunday. Stream was all right, making progress, struggling with computer issues the last few days. Gotcha. Yeah, I saw in your Discord you're saying you're having trouble getting your stream up and running this morning at the normal time. So we're gonna delete this in here. Bram, great to see you. Bram, how you doing? How you been? It's great to see you in AO and Dev. Welcome back to the stream. Wonderful to have you here. So we are working on a Pac-Man inspired game. Pac-Man inspired game. And here's what we have so far. Shown it several times. You're trying to survive now, Bram. I hope whatever you need, I hope it comes to you. I hope you're able to make and survive and get through whatever is going on. So I know it can be tough. So we're making a game called Catman. It's a Pac-Man inspired game. We're doing a pure C# implementation. We're using Raylib to render it currently. And the idea is hopefully we can build out a agnostic version of the game that we can drop into several different renders. I want to do a WebGL build at some point. Unity, Godot, anything that supports C# code. So we have Catman here. These are the enemies. We just added in the feature that if you collect all the dots, it will progress to the next level. So right now the enemies don't do anything super interesting. They have some pathfinding that they use. Zoltrod, I'm glad you like it. So this project is fully open source, and we've been getting people creating issues, opening pull requests, and if you'd like to contribute to this project, I'd love to have you aboard. Just open up an issue or take an existing issue and go ahead and add it in there. What I'd like to do next, we're so close to having a real game. Bram, don't worry, my friend, I appreciate you. I appreciate that you respect that boundary. I just hope you're able to find whatever you need to survive and get through it, because I know life can be hard. Zoltralord, thank you so much for the follow. Zoltralord has followed the Captain Coder today now. Zoltralord, thank you for following me. I thank you for following, and I hope you enjoy your stay today. Oh, Zoltralord, thank you for following me. Thank you for the follow, Zoltralord. Welcome to Captain Coder's Academy. Happy to have you here. Where backseat coding is encouraged and welcome. Thank you for, yeah, exactly. Got him. The next thing I want to do is go ahead. Smab, someone remember there was an issue. Someone saying, let's open up a new issue actually. display the number of lives remaining. Okay. And so we're just going to add this in as an enhancement. We currently have a number of lives, but it doesn't get shown. It's going to be an issue here that we can add in. Currently, there is internal data tracking the number of lives the player has remaining, but there is no indicator on the screen. All right, so we're going to create an issue for this. So this would be a good, again, someone want to get into the render, this would be a good first issue for that. What else? What else? There was something else I feel like we were looking at that felt like it was missing. We need like a menu screen. Menu, title screen slash menu. Title screen slash menu. Currently, the game just starts playing immediately. It would be helpful to have a title screen with a, start button. Additionally, this could also be used after game over. It needs quarters, lots of quarters. Yeah, it's true. Pac-Man's the quarter eater. Pac-Man's the quarter eater for sure. All right, so this one would also be an enhancement. It's not really a bug. It's another enhancement. All right, so it's just things that we need to finish implementing, things we need to do. Power pills currently don't do anything. I don't think I want them to work like traditional Pac-Man power pills. Instead, I want them to give you a projectile you can use to shoot the enemies. That is what what I've envisioned from the start. No sound, yeah. Add sound effects. Okay, so this one would be an enhancement. There we go. Add sound effects. Yeah, we don't have that. That could be a fun one to add. Laser eyes. You really want laser eyes. Well, what I want is I want it to be the hat from James Bond, Odd Jobs bowler's hat. So Capman has the bowler's hat and he can throw it. It's sort of like a yo-yo that'll shoot up. I think No Game Beats Gauntlet at EC Micro. Gauntlet's a brutal game because you think you're making progress. You just got to put more quarters in. Keep going. Okay. Enemy speed should decrease while in the tunnel. And this is the issue I want to work on next. Enemy speed decreases in the tunnel. Let's go ahead and create a branch for this. And start work on this one. I think I need to check out my main branch, actually. Yeah. Did I merge? Hang on, I think I merged that in. I did, okay. Check out main. Oh, we need to add in, there's another issue before I forget. Get branch D14. We're going to pull this down here. Power pills could do mundane stuff like prevent nausea, cure headaches, and cherries. Bonuses could include negative bonuses too much. Beer, poisonous beer, and pills could be to cure. The idea is it's Capman, so all of the power-ups are going to be hats. And we'll have bad hats too. We'll have like a dunce cap. A dunce cap is one of the ones that I want to put in there. One other issue. This will be an enhancement. Add power up hat spawns similar to fruit in Pac-Man. Do I condone dunce caps? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's a good question. That is shaming is not good for child development. I remember I played Pac-Man once that the pills made Pac-Man grow and there were walls I could eat. Ooh, that's pretty cool. So many hats, so much opportunity for pixel art. Please include the Zach McCracken hat. Let's add that to a readme here. Zach McCracken hat. I love that idea. Get checkout main get pull. Let's put that in our readme. Ideas. Zach McCracken alien hat. I can't type. There we go. If you eat a pill and Pac-Man stays, all right, get status, get add. Sure, add, Zach McCracken idea to read me. If you eat a pill and Pac-Man stays grown for more than 4 hours, yikes. AON says, so many hats, so much opportunity for pixel art. Please include the Zach McCracken alien hat. I don't know why I had to read that twice. Just in small letters, yeah. Get check out 15. Okay. So in Pac-Man, when there's a thing you can do. See if I can get an enemy ghost to follow me through here. All right. So I'm gonna try and get a ghost to follow me through here. The ghosts slow down when they're traversing here. Come on, Blinky. Come on. There we go. See how the ghost slows down much slower in the tunnel. And so I need something to represent that we have a slow tile. Something to represent we have a slow tile. We need to know a Pope hat. A Pope hat could be interesting in our board. So I have some thoughts on this as well. I'm thinking 2D array. Yeah, you can think of it as a 2D array. Let's go check out the board. So our board data structure can be, it's a dictionary of tiles and elements. So tiles, this is an integer-based position, but at the end of the day, we take in an ASCII grid, and this gets converted to a board. I'm using a full SQL database. No. Nothing's so simple. Nothing's so simple. We got to be extra complicated here. My thought is it might be simple enough to add in a symbol like this. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm considering doing. So this tile will represent, so there's a couple repercussions for doing this because of the way I represent the board. One of them being, and this is just saying in the future, you won't be able to have a tile that has this and a dot on it. And this isn't the case currently in Pac-Man, it doesn't have it. But I think this is what I'm gonna do here, is this represents a spot where the enemy's speed is reduced. We'll probably do half speed or something like that. Okay. Most iconic movie, it's AON Dev. Can you send us a link? I want that. I want it. I need it. So in my elements here, I want to add in a slow tile like this. So I have a slow tile. Now I need to add in a public static bool is slow is slow. Let me just call it slow tile. I'll go slow tile. Say if the element is element not slow tile. All right, so we have an is slow tile. We want to add additionally, thank you for that, AON Dev. I'm going to bookmark that real quick. Very cool. This will be fun. We'll see how in trouble I can get. Points, add AON Dev, 50 points. Thank you for the link. Much appreciated. Let's add that into my README as well. Iconic hats. There we go. In our board, we feel like there's a few chunks of duplicate code, but is slow tile. This becomes element dot is slow tile like this. So some mimicking going around here to find the slow tile. You have so many ideas for creature feep right now. Has anyone ever done Pac-Man with a portal gun? So one of the things that I was thinking is kind of cool about the way we've created our boards, it wouldn't be that hard to take our code and turn it into a 3D first-person Pac-Man game. I think that could be really interesting to do. I'm not going to, but I'm just saying it could be interesting to do. All right, so I have my board here. In our enemy behavior, our enemy actor here. And in fact, it might just be, we call the base game here. This actor, calculate move delta time this. Something we need to do. I did not AON Dev. That sounds hilarious though. Distant answer. Welcome back to the stream. Congratulations on number 17. The base here is actually getting how far move. So what we want to do is in our enemy actor, we want to apply a speed to them, I believe. So when we call update here, this is what moves them. Whatever their speed is right here will actually modify them. So part of me and my enemy now, in my actor, I feel like we have a speed, but our enemy has like an original speed on it as well. So we can change the speed of us, our enemy here, but we have like a base speed that we need to have in. So I'm gonna create a public double base speed. And it'll start out as being the speed that's being passed in here. So additionally is the speed of the actor, but in our update, we can set this speed. So really I'm gonna do this dot speed because it's so that it's very obvious. It's probably gonna make me take away this. Nya, welcome back to the stream. Congratulations on number 18. They're all the same. They're all the same command. They just have different aliases there. So speed is based on the enemy's tile. So we start out saying base speed. Then we have this condition that says if we are on game.board.tile is slow tile, and this is gonna be the tile that we're in, so it's gonna be our, I believe we just have a this dot tile. Okay, so we can say our own tile here. This is the case. Then this dot speed, we're gonna multiply it by 0.5. So we're gonna go to half speed here. So we set our base speed and then we're gonna put modifiers on it here. Similar to if we're ignoring doors, we sort of have this delegate. At the end of the day, we come through and do this. So it might make sense, again, it might make sense to pull these into separate functions. I'm gonna write a different function just down here, private void set speed. And speed is just gonna do this here. We need to have a game coming in for it. Okay, so do set speed, game, check door, like ignore doors, that sort of thing. All right, so we set our speed just so we have it. I don't know if this is necessary, but I want to be able to read top to bottom set speed. I could see this getting more complex. Okay, let's try it. I think we're gonna get something to crash it saying I don't have, yeah. It doesn't know how to draw a speed, that tile. It doesn't know how to draw that tile. So that's an interesting thing. We just want it to not draw anything. let's elements in board, kind of want a thing dot where is renderable, is, you know, can be rendered. And so I want to add an extension method here. So we're gonna go key value pair. Key value pair dot value dot is renderable. I want there to be a method that says if this thing can be rendered, then I'm gonna go draw it. And to do this, I'm gonna write an extension method in my raylib. Can add a sprite for when the ghost is going through the tunnel, they are scared, and that is why they go slow. Ooh, I like that. Also, will Catman know it can go into that tile? Or the ghost for that? So will Catman know? The ghosts do know they can go into that tile. They don't use it in their calculation, though. They don't know it slows them down. So this is a strategy you can use to get ghosts to slow down. If you can, it's actually something you can use. Or will it think it's a wall? It's gonna think it's it won't think it's a wall. It won't think it's a wall. So, and I can show that in just a second. I want to add in do I already have an element extensions? Board bounding box extensions, new. Element extensions. So this is going to, I don't think I need that. I can stop, my game is still running in the background. Public static class element extensions. And the extension that I want is public bool is renderable. Public static bool is renderable element. And the elements that are renderable will be the ones here. So this is interesting. Maybe I don't need this here. It feels nice to say dictionary load textures. Yeah, so I'm wanting to do this here too. So we don't want to load the textures. We only want to do it if it is renderable is the other thing here. Do I have extensions down here? I don't. Okay, so it might make sense to put this as a private, like an internal static class over there as well. Okay, and we're gonna say basically which ones we have that are renderable. We do, so in our elements, we have these ones, is wall, is dot. So essentially you can move through anything that is not a wall. And so we have a list of things that count as walls here, like that. Okay, so is renderable is gonna return elements is, and I'm gonna give it all the things that can be rendered. Either I need to say the ones that are not renderable. So we have a few. We don't have a ton. Is the door the line the ghost exit from? That is a door, yeah. So there's special logic inside of the enemy that has an ignore doors in them. So they have ignored doors. If they're ignoring doors, the board that they use has all of the doors removed. So I say if the enemy is currently ignoring doors, we have a delegate board that is identical, but we swap out the board with one that the doors are missing. So it just says, I don't see a door, so I can just go through that space. Dot. I'm gonna go ahead and do a static import on that. Well, let me do that using static element is dot or power pill or vertical or horizontal or top left or top right, or bottom left, or bottom right, or door. These are the ones that are renderable. Dot, power pill, vertical, horizontal, top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right, door. Okay. Yeah, so they have some AI in them, Junicus. So if we go check out the enemy AI, let's go to the let's go to program. We have 3 different AIs right now. Target player tile. Let's go with the Clyde AI behavior. This guy doesn't start inside, but let's go to Clyde. So we have an AI here, and the way it's set up into 3 phases. So Clyde AI behavior waits 7 seconds. So if the playtime is less than 7, it just patrols inside of the jail or start zone, whatever you might call it. If it has not yet exited, so if the playtime is greater than that, if it hasn't exited yet, we say, okay, well, once it has reached this tile, we know it has finished exiting, and ignore doors is true. So if it has not exited, it's going to ignore doors, and it has this behavior that says leave the house. So the target tile is this one here. It says go to this tile. Once it's reached that tile, it starts using this behavior here, which is Clyde target. It says after I've finished exiting, what should I do? What if the ghost used AGI? What is AGI? I think of that as an agility modifier. With the title, it says, let's make educational projects. Let's make, oh, you're saying let's make an educational project? Let's make, and it should say with an S. Let's make educational. Let's make educational projects. Thank you. Artificial general intelligence. I'm not familiar with that term, Snabble. I'm not sure if you like to tell good jokes sometimes. So I'm not familiar with that term. It's like our brains kind of gotcha. So now I can do here element dot is renderable. And up here, I can also, I think, do is renderable. We need the position on this one. That project my nephew did, the mob AI, was really bad. It was basically move random direction that is allowed to move into, prefer moving in the same direction. Gotcha. That's not, so it's fun having students write AIs too. I've had them write artificial intelligence. The biggest one that I've done in the past, they haven't done AI yet this year, in the past is writing an AI for playing Connect 4. I'm pointing at the top of a Connect 4 board. AI for Connect 4 is really interesting because essentially, I think there's like 9 moves you get. It might be 7, but basically you pick 1 through 9. That's the move. So it's really easy to say, okay, well, we have a class that says get move, and it just returns an integer. It says, okay, it takes in the game state, it knows which player it is, and then it says what it returns a 9. So you could say pick a random spot. So the basic AI is just pick a random spot. A smarter AI is one that says look and see, can I win? Look at the board. If there's a spot where I can win, pick that spot. Okay, and then you sort of go back when there's okay. If there's not a spot I can win, favor putting pieces next to each other. Favor making rows, favor making columns, and favor making diagonals. And so it's really interesting to say, oh, we can slowly add these things in, and then at the end of the day, otherwise just pick a random spot. And so there's different strategy you can use for very, very basic AI. Let's see if our game will load. Might have missed one. Seems to be rendering okay. All right, let's get this guy to follow me through here. Come on. Look at him go. 50% is way too slow, though. All right. Let's slow that down. Minimax is the best. It is a. I don't want to say the best, but you can do. Connect 4 is solvable, I believe, using Minimax. A very efficient algorithm for solving it. Okay. Do a format. Does it get rid of all this white space? I hate that white space. I wish I wonder if there's something I can add to my editor config to say don't allow multiple white space lines. I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is. That's not the point of this particular feature, though. Let's go with our enemy actor here. 0.75. Nice. Okay. So we've added in the slow down there. It feels pretty slow, but I'm okay with that. Uh-oh. They won't take into account that speed slowdown when they're coming through, but I think that is a pretty normal behavior. All right, so we got this added in. I'm surprised you use VS Code. That's a great question. You know, it's rough. It's rough. It used to use OmniSharp. The first couple versions of the dev kit were really painful to use. I actually think Visual Studio, if you have access to Visual Studio, I recommend using that to people because it has just more niceties. There are more niceties in it. Let's go through, do a sanity check here, do a little bit of a self-code review. I'm gonna zoom out here so we can, yikes. Shrink this down. We updated that. Making sure I didn't add anything too gross in. Every time you modify code, you add complexity. So we're trying to keep the complexity as low as possible. Okay, I like it. I like it. Feat, implement, slow enemy movement in tunnels. Go ahead and push this up. We're gonna finish this pull request. But it works. VS Code works okay for small projects. I have found that as my solutions get bigger, I run into a lot of issues. It's painful. In my opinion, it's very painful to work with Blazor in VS Code. That has not been a fun experience. Working with Unity, I can kind of get by as well, but it also has some finicky stuff with Unity. Raylib seems fine. Raylib has not had any problems. But as my solutions grow, it starts being less than the best. That said, it's super lightweight. Implement slow enemy movement in tunnels. Adds and closes. Number 15. Added a slow tile to the elements for map board creation. Enemy actors by default will have a speed modifier of 75% when traversing slow tiles. I recall that code completion, the refactorings, and some of the code highlights didn't work great all the time. When it worked, it was okay, but then sometimes it behaved weird. I have found it often cannot figure out references in large solutions. Specifically with Blazor, I could go and show you in Blazor, it gets really confused about like global usings and trying to locate stuff. And I think part of that is in Blazor, you're using Razor templates. And so you have partial classes that are not .cs files. And so it has probably XAML. I suspect that would be issues with that. It's interesting though. Sidrin, welcome back to the stream. Congratulations on number 19. All right. So I suspect this will pass. I didn't actually run it locally. Bash check. Yeah, the Razor, anytime you have partial classes where the partial class is not a CS file, it gets really confused with it. And it's just because it is like special functionality. It's special functionality, and it just doesn't, it's not aware of it. Okay. All right, so this passes. Let's get this merged in. Let's do this. Delete that branch. Close that issue. Git checkout min git branch git pull git branch -d. There we go. It'll get better since they retired it. Yes, exactly. So they've retired it. Now they are actively developing on it. If you look at they had like a roadmap for .NET 9. Thank you for the nice code, Monk. Yeah, we got another feature in today. We're getting a lot of code done today. I'm really happy with that. If you look at their roadmap for .NET 9, one of the things that they talk about is continuing to add support and develop the support for VS Code, because that's their Microsoft's primary target for Mac developers. Okay. Add sound effects, title screen menu, display the number of lives remaining. Players should be able to distinguish each enemy. I'm not sure which one of these that I want to use. Another thing I could do. Formal Goose Foundation. What's everyone using for analytics these days? What type of analytics are you looking for? Anyone using anything that's not... So like, I don't use Google Analytics. But I don't know that I don't really do any analytics. I don't have a lot of apps out there that I'm looking at. I actually guess I do use Google Analytics for my textbook. So I do use Google Analytics. I just gave up on it and got me a license for Writer because I like VS, but Writer is so nice. JetBrains too. Yeah, so I've heard really good things about Writer. I've considered using it at my school as an educational product for doing C#, but because it's not just a C# school, right? So we have all sorts of different languages that we use. We've decided VS Code is going to be the tool that we teach students, and students know that tool well between all of the classes. So if they're taking a first level programming class, you're going to have to teach them the basics of Visual Studio Code. But if they're taking a second class that they've used Visual Studio Code previously, and so you don't have to spend time doing that. Otherwise, you have to say, okay, here's Writer. We're going to spend time learning Writer. It's a convenience thing. I think it's pretty good use of our time as well. A1 says, I still use Google Analytics, but there is a plugin replacement that lets you keep your historic data. Right, but then they have to have a different program for each one of those, Junicus. So now Python has a different program. It's not just so everyone is using a different IDE. Every language uses a different IDE, and now students have to learn that different IDE, whereas we are teaching them just Visual Studio Code. That is sort of where it comes down to. It's consistency in between classes. Yeah, it's just one program you have to download. It's super small, it's lightweight. We know how it operates across all the different ones. We know how the configurations work. We know how to open files. We know how workspaces work, all of those things. Oh, Formal Goose, that sounds terrible. 20% sold that I'm going to have to build something myself as nothing seems to just let me send data. That's frustrating. That sounds awful. Yeah, I haven't had to do analytics, and I've always done Google Analytics in the past. All right. Let's take a look here. I have a little notification here from SMAP. Add UI to show current level. Add UI to show. Why is it? Oh, subscribed. Gotcha. It's weird that it shows. There's certain things here in the notifications. Okay. Let's pick another issue or create another issue on what we want to do next. Let me think here. This one's a big one. I don't know if I have time to finish this one today. Sound effects could be really fun to play with. I haven't done sound effects. I think it'd be easy but fun. So I work at a school, Junicus, good question. I work at what in the United States it would be considered a middle school. It has a full-time program and a part-time program. It's fully remote. It's a 2-year program for full-time students. And we also have students, the part-time program ranges. We have some students who have been there 6-7 years. We have other students who only do their 1 year. So our main age is 10 to 14. Years, yeah, you can think of it as 6th, 7th, and 8th grade is our primary age, 6th, 7th, and 8th. So 7, 8, 9, yeah, because in US we start at K, we have like a 0. Distant answers, I've used Mixpanel and LogDNA in the past with varying success as web dev. Gotcha. Yeah, you can think of student ages 10 to 14. I want to play, I haven't done any sound effects in Raylib yet. So it might be cool to look into this. The challenge is like finding the sounds that I want that, you know, what sound does the Pac-Man make? Let's go to opengameart.org and see if we can find some sound effects. Sort of want like not to generate sounds using math formulas, or else Snabble wants me to generate sound effects. I don't know if we can play generated sound effects easily in Raylib. Let's look. Update sound. Oh, maybe we can. Load wave, is wave, load sound, from wave. Unload wave, play sound, set pitch, sound pan. Maybe we can make a waveform. This feels like a lot of work. Crop a wave to define sample range. This is interesting. This is an interesting thought. I hadn't considered making the sound this way. This could be interesting. Feels like a lot of work. Mike, I have a question. Load wave from memory buffer. So I'd have to some sound effects here and songs. I'm looking for just a normal math. So I don't know if I don't know how to do it in Raylib. Let's start there. There's this type called wave that perhaps I can use, but I still need to understand the wave format. So, interesting samples. I honestly don't even know how wave format works, so it's like something I'd have to look into here. Go to our cheat sheet Raylib here. Let's look at examples. Wave sound. Okay. See how these don't have any music should be played. Here, let's look at this. Press space to play another sound. I wish there was an option. I know you guys can't hear it. So this is playing the following. And there's no way to pause this. But if I hit space, it plays a sound. Alright, so I'm gonna make it so you guys don't have to hear that. And I hear it though, but I'm gonna turn my headphones off because I don't want to hear it anymore. Process audio. Samples internally stored as floats, temporary average value. So it loads in an MP3. This is interesting. I mostly just want to get a sound in to start. So I'll load a sound. I'm gonna find a wave or a sound file, turn it into a wave. So I have a sound here. if space, we're gonna call play sound. Let's go look at that. Real Sky Ninja, welcome back to the stream. Happy to have you here. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Where's play sound? Play sound. Oh, that's just a Raylib function. Play sound takes in a sound type here. Okay. That feels simple there. It's not telling me how to construct a sound. I'm glad you're having a wonderful day. Oh, you can never be late here. And you know, you're always welcome. Don't worry about being on, quote unquote, on time, late, that sort of thing. That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. Okay. Let's go to the Raylib CS examples repository. I'll turn my audio back on so I can hear. And audio, the sound loading. Okay, let's find a sound. I don't want to mess around with generating the sound right now, Snabble, in code. Maybe in the future we'll do that. But we're gonna look at this and we're gonna add sound effects. I'm gonna assign this to myself and then create a branch. Being on time to the stream is irrelevant. Good luck with that, Snabble. Oh, that's hilarious. Get pull. All right, so we're gonna add this feature in here. And this one's interesting because I need to just, when we eat a dot, we kind of need an event system now. I'll be streaming for another hour and 15-ish minutes, Sky Ninja. Maybe a little bit longer than that, but at least another hour. I'm realizing that my data model for my board game doesn't care. We kind of need an event here that says that we can listen to and say when the board state changes, what changed, or when the game state changes, what changed, because I can't actually play the sound here. I'm not able to play the sound here. Because that sound, this game, it doesn't care about what's rendering it. But we need to be able to tell someone who's observing us that it was changed. So we're gonna add in an event. Are we allowed to use events in C# still? Is that a thing that's deprecated? Someone was trying to tell me events were deprecated. And I want to create a board event. So there's sort of these states. We also have these, I think we will need a board event. I don't think events are deprecated. Okay. I'm wondering what the alternative is. So the C# Player's Guide talks about events, and that's why I use them. They are rarely used these days. So what would be my alternative to it would be my question. Should I just manage it manually? It may not be deprecated. It's just like, when should I use it? If you do Windows forums, you would use events. Okay. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to have a game event. Okay. And we have a public enum game event. And the events are dot eaten, pack killed, or player killed, level complete. These are sort of like the different events. I want to inform someone, hey, something has happened here. These are the different events that can happen. We might need to make them a little bit more of an interface rather than being an enum, but I want to see if I can get away with this. It's 7 to 8-ish years ago. Maybe I've been alive that long. It's possible you've seen me in real life. I get that a lot though. So I think I just have one of those faces whenever I go to Las Vegas. People say, "Oh, aren't you?" I've been for some reason people think my name is Alan. My name is not Alan, but I've been confused for a person named Alan many times. So what I want to is have an event here called public event action game event on event like this. I want to have an event like this. I could also make separate events for .eaten. So this would be one option. Have just one thing I register and it's going to send me all of my events coming through. Another option would be to have several events on .eaten public event action on player death public event action on game over. I could do this as well. I feel like combining them in here is a little simpler, so then I don't have to register on each one of these, although it might make sense to register on all of them. It's sort of, I'm not quite sure. Lester Cab, welcome back to the stream. Hope you're having a beautiful day. I think I'm just going to have one there on event like this. And when I eat a dot, I say check eat dots when I eat a dot on event dot invoke, and we'll just send off that a dot was eaten. Now we can listen to this anywhere. Guess the important thing is if you need to unregister them for some reason so it doesn't leak and they might not be used so much nowadays because of coupling of logic. So you're saying freeing up, that logic doesn't get freed up automatically or something? What will need to happen is when... Yeah, I don't know. If I were to make a new render or something, we'd want to do that. But this would be in case something is tracking this. I do need to know when a dot is eaten because I need the sound manager to play a sound effects for us. And so what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to create a sound board, sound manager. I'm not sure. Manager feels weird. Correct. Junicus, yes. Correct. When the object goes away, you need to deregister it so that way you're not invoking on a null object. So you can get yeah. Thank you for the nice Real Sky Ninja. It's part of our raylib namespace. Sound manager. And this thing, I'm not sure if it wants a game, but we're going to start with a game here. Boy. And this is what we're going to be listening to. Thank you for the DOI. Got it. Public, private, game. It's game. So we're listening to this thing. That the sound manager will be a singleton. Yeah, so really this almost should be, I feel like this should actually maybe be a static class here. So there's some interesting things that I want to think about. Private, static. One reason you might want to make it non-static is you might have different sound effects and you swap out which sound manager you use, right? So part of me wants to make it this way. And we would need to have a thing here that current game. And so this will come in with a game. It feels weird. There's something weird about this to me. I want to have a method void observe, like what would be a listen to? Listen. I want observe. So it's like observer, and observable. My game is an observable, and I want to observe it. It's going to take in a game. I'll set current game equal to game, like this. And I want to say if current game is not null. All right, so if it's not my first time having a game or has value. Here, let's make this like this. Current game dot has value? There's no has value? Why isn't there a has value? That's super weird to me. Sorry, so if it is null, is not null, then there's a something there. I need to deregister the last game here. Real Sky Ninja, enjoy your day. Remember to keep coding, keep growing. You're welcome to be back. You're welcome back anytime. We'll be back tomorrow. Have a beautiful day, Sky Ninja. Hopefully I'll catch you in a little bit. Yeah, so this is, you know, it could actually just have a setter here. This might be the correct way to do it. Observable, like what we're observing. Yeah, it was kind of interesting to me. So I think this is what I want for my sound manager. Game, current game. And I want this to be nullable. Game, I'm just gonna call it game. And our get is just current game. And our set is gonna set current game to value. But there's some extra logic we have to do where we swap out some information here. So if current game is not null, so if we have, I'm just gonna write a method here, deregister current game, like this. Private static void deregister game. If game is null, return do nothing. All right, so if the game is null, we do nothing. Otherwise, game dot on event minus equals this. We can't make it static. There we go. This dot handle events. Private void handle event game event. Oh, game event. EVT. There we go. And then once we have the current game, we will do EVT. Sorry. Current game dot on event plus equals handle event, like this. Exactly. So we deregister and then we register on that event. And then the handle event is what we'll do some stuff. Current game must not be null. So we might throw an exception here. I feel like we maybe should throw an exception here. Say if the game is null, saying no game has been set, cannot access the game here. What does my format want me? There it goes. It wants me that. Part of me feels we should throw a new if current game is null, throw new operation exception, cannot access game prior to setting it. Return like this. And let's use the suggestion here. It's an interesting suggestion it has. Yeah, so it's wanting me to do this. Okay, that's what I wanted to put there. That's what I thought it would do. It's interesting that it didn't do that. There we go. I like that a lot. So it's going to get the current game or throw invalid operation. Is invalid operation the correct thing to use if you were like in an illegal state? In Java, this would be an illegal state exception. All right, so handling the event here is where we're going to actually play the sound. So my sound manager needs to load sounds. Load in the sounds here. And so I'm going to say just if event is a dot eaten, play sound dot sound. All right, so we need to create a dot sound. It should be raylib dot play sound. Let's import using raylib CS. So we need to have a dot sound now. Okay. So public static sound dot sound is going to be again a dot sound load raylib dot load sound, and then we have a file name for it. Private static sound s dot sound like that. And then we need a path to our dot sound. So this should be a path dot combine. And we'll put this in an asset somewhere. Assets sound sfx dot wave. I don't know what it's gonna be. We're gonna go find a sound for it. But let's, did I get a sound? Did I download some random sound yet? I don't think I did. I don't know. I could just make a sound. Hang on. JSFXR. Here we go. Let's make a sound. This is a great tool, by the way, to create 8-bit sounds. That one. Yeah, this page is great. None of these are. This one. Let's just get a sound. Let's just get a sound. Square. I know. All right, we're gonna go with this for now. For now, let's download this. Pick up coin.wave. Yeah, that file's huge. I wonder if I can use OGS. Booyah, grandma, bloop, bleep, bloop. Buttons for life. It's true. Buttons for life. Bleep, bloop, crew. Welcome to the stream. All right, so let's come to our assets. Let's create a new folder. SFX. Folks, if you guys don't know Booyah Grandma, go check it out. Check him out. Making an awesome, cozy game. How's your game coming along? How's your game coming along? Was on stream with us last Saturday, a week ago today. We're going to call this .wav. All right. We actually have to make a sound manager now. So in our program.cs here. init game. Here's an interesting little thing here. I need to have a sound manager. Could make a singleton. I could actually make a singleton of it. I'm gonna put it in my. All right, let's make a singleton. Private, public static sound manager instance equals new sound manager, like this. All right, so we're gonna have a sound manager that we can access here. Ideally, I would say don't allow it to make another one. Regathian, if the game wired up the sound manager itself, you'd be able to avoid doing a tight coupling between the two. If the game wired up the sound manager to itself. So the game doesn't know about the sound manager. The game is a data model that doesn't know anything about how it's rendered, how the user plays it. So this is a data model of the game. We could put it in the game renderer. So we've separated our logic out so that our game itself doesn't care about how it's being rendered, how it's being drawn, anything like that. So the sound manager needs to know about a game to say, hey, if the game changes, tell me you've changed so I can do a thing. This is allowing me to hopefully be able to put it in multiple different renderers, different places, rather than tightly coupling to that. So I don't think I have a tight coupling between the two right now. So if the game wired up the sound manager to itself, yeah, I don't understand your suggestion. I feel like that would make it so that the game is dependent on a sound manager. This is interesting. I don't know what it wants from me here. Let's contain a non-null value when existing in the constructor. Do I put a question mark on it? There we go. So it doesn't have to have anyone registered on it. But maybe I'm misunderstanding what you're saying. Okay, so let's come into our program now. And we are going to, anytime we create this game here, when we init our game, we will sound manager dot game instance dot game equals game. The game property is the thing that creates the tight coupling, since now the sound manager is only able to receive sound events from a game. So if I wanted it, I mean, so it's like so would it be better if I named it game sound manager? It's a sound manager that understands how to play sounds for the game. Would that make it better? I don't. So let me ask you, how would we put a sound manager in the game without knowing anything about how sound is created? Right? So that is what we're doing. So we've separated a sound manager. The game says, oh, by the way, when a dot gets eaten, the game doesn't care that a sound is played when the dot is eaten. The sound manager says, oh, I know how to do it. It might just be a bad name here. This might be better, game sound controller. That might be a better name for it, game sound controller. It's a sound controller that knows how to make sounds for a game. Yeah, so I think I just have a bad name there. Captain Krabs, great to have you here. Folks, if you guys don't know Captain Krabs, incredible VTuber. How's your game coming along, Captain Krabs? I think are you making it for Nintendo Switch? Did you actually get like an SDK for doing it in Switch? Folks, go check out Captain Krabs. Do it. Do it now. So in our program here, this is our game sound controller. We add our game in there. I don't know how I feel about making it like an instance. It might like shared, it might be a better name for it. All right, so I'm not actually hearing anything. Just so you guys know, I'm not hearing anything either. Missing cutscenes, lots of bugs. We got a link for us. Feel free to drop a link for us to check it out. But Steam first, that makes sense. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I wonder if I was getting any kind of output. Yeah, Catman. I know Catman's not a word. Can we just... Can you leave me alone, spell checker? Yeah, kinda is also a word. Trust me. That's weird. It doesn't let me add Catman to my dictionary. Weird. Thank you for the links, folks. Be sure to go check out Captain Crab's game here. Check out the demo. Add it to a wish list. It helps it out a lot. It's going wonderfully, Captain Crabs. I'm having a beautiful morning. I hope you're having a beautiful morning as well. Just working on my Pac-Man, our Pac-Man inspired game. The crew voted on it. People have been creating issues, pull requests. It's been super fun to work on, manage it, and pull it all together here. We're not... This could just be that I don't know. Let's look at output here. Generic PNP on a terminal. I'm surprised I'm getting 0 output here. Oh, I have a, there we go. I'm surprised we are not, I was thinking the error might be failed to open file assets sfx.wav. Okay. So it's not able to, it kind of bothers me that we don't get, I feel like this should be a failure. Bug tracking, that's a good question, Captain Krabs. In the past, when I've worked in groups and I worked in teams, we tend to have an issue tracker. GitHub issue tracking is okay. So you add in bugs here. The company I've worked with a company that used Jira, and I've also worked with a company that used Basecamp. Is it Basecamp? Project management. So it's pretty massive here, but this is for like large teams, right? So it's sort of Kanban type stuff, and you have things like bugs, you have cards, that type of stuff. Trello is sort of, I don't know if is Trello still free at my job? A lot of people don't like Jira for some reason. I've never had particularly bad experience with Jira. I think it's how you use Jira. Trello, I think is pretty good. I'm not logged in here. The item in the project, does it need to be set to content so it can be put into the compiled stuff? Yeah, exactly. So it's not in my proj file here. So in my raylib file, we need to add in that we want to pull that asset here. So we'd want to include sfx .wav here, x .wav here. So it's not being pulled in there. GitHub projects is okay. I don't think it is particular. I haven't had I have found that GitHub projects is not great. I personally have not found GitHub projects to be particularly good. I like GitHub's issue tracking, but project not so. Yeah, Regathian, I think Trello is fine if you're working by yourself. I think it's fine if you're working by yourself. A lot of people really like Obsidian. I think Obsidian is cool, but not the best, personally. Okay. I still don't hear it. Let's come up here. I don't think I'm getting a failed to load that sound. File loaded successfully. Sound failed to get frame count for format conversion. Failed to create data conversion pipeline. Failed to create buffer. Okay. So there's something with this sound that I'm missing. Yeah, it's getting a little bit messy in there. It's really easy to miss a file. Let's see. CS proj. We'll add that as a to-do later. CS proj here. I'm going to add that as an issue. CS proj include entire asset folder. Check if it is possible to in CS proj. And this would be, I would say, is there like an investigation enhancement? I guess I'll do enhancement for now. Okay, cool. You're sure you found it? Yeah. My guess is that the sound format is just weird. Let's go look. Part of me says we should probably just make a little play project, And so I'm having enough trouble getting this to just work. So I'm going to create a play project here. Temp project. Okay. And I just want to get this example working. .NET new console. .NET add package raylib CS. Let's try it. That sounds like that is the decision, but was actually asking gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. We could try it. So I'm going to go over here and use our raylib example here for playing music, playing sound, loading, sounds loading, play sound, copy raw file. So it's going to be our temp project here. I want to load a wave file here. So this is in assets, sfx, dot wave. Okay. Let me actually do one thing. Copy assets. I'm going to delete this whole folder in a moment. Dot wave. Let's move this here. Let's open up this. Can use wildcard for links. Awesome. Awesome. That's what we need. Do dot wave here. I just want to get compilation errors. So I comment out this OGG. Why is this not showing any types of errors? Correct, I got rid of it. Why aren't you showing that here? It's like it doesn't want to load. OGG. Color, their examples are outdated. Light gray, gray white. I reload this window. What's going on? Why doesn't it? This is one, again, when we're talking about using VS Code or Visual Studio, this is one of the really annoying things is suddenly, there it goes. There it goes. Maybe. Yeah, it's really confused right now. It doesn't know what to do with this stuff. There it goes. Space. There we go. And so sometimes it's finicky. You have to reload, do some weird things. Right, .NET run. Press space, play wave. Okay. That one is playing. Okay, so what have I done incorrectly? Yeah, having to reload the editor window is really annoying. Okay, so let's see what... It was able to load it here. Rigathian, I am using C# dev kit. It falls apart frequently. I would say at least once a day for me. So when I say frequently, it's like most of the time it's fine, but it's more often than I would like. I find I have to go, oh, did you just right now I had to reload the window so it would start doing autocompletes and detecting this project. And there doesn't seem to be a particular catalyst about it. What am unload sound? Sound equals load sound. Play sound. Very strange. Close audio device. Okay. Init audio device. Here it is. I'm missing this. I'm missing init audio device. Program here. Init audio device. Oh, interesting. Is that a function? It's raylib. Hang on. Raylib dot. If you manage to crash the language server, it can start acting until you restart VS Code instance. Yeah, it's just that you type in autocomplete at the speed of light and DevKit says, nope, I can't take that. Let's fall on my knees. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to... This noise is going to be really annoying, I think. Still nothing. Still nothing. Surprising. I need to do it before... Hang on. It needs to be... probably before we initialize a game. Yeah, so this needs to actually be one of the very first things that happens. Oh God, terrible. Goodness. Sound is awful. Bet you never wanted silence more in your life. Whack, 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 whack. Okay. Packs quite the punch. Yeah, it's a little bit, that is awfully cool. That is what it is. Junicus, we have a sound. Let's go listen. Let's go listen to what the pack, is there sound on this? It is a very annoying gameplay sound. So the question is, you should use the Fozzie Bear sample. The question is, let's make a sound. Waka 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 waka. Yeah, it's a really annoying sound. I don't know if we're gonna be able to generate a not so annoying you start the recorder and do waka waka. You have it waka 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 waka. Just record myself. Maybe. Everyone wants it. All right, we'll try it. We'll see how it goes. All right, folks, we're gonna try it. You ready? You ready for this? We're gonna add it in. I can't hear it back. Where's my output into my headphones? I think they're just like a default. Where are my headphones? Are there? Hang on. Because we're gonna have that whack 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 whack. All right, Let's try it. All right, we're gonna trim it down. Export. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be the worst. I call it dot wave. Artist name Captain Coder. Track title Waka. Album title Capman Noises. Track number 1. Year 2024. Genre 90s rock. Comments. You know you love me. All right, there we go. Okay. So get our wave sound added in here. Let's delete our temporary project. Of course, I can't delete it because I have it open there. Temp project, go away. Delete the temp project. Let's pull in. Delete permanently, yes. We can't. Okay, well, stop trying. Okay. Let's add in our assets, SFX, reveal in File Explorer. Get our dot sound. Go away you. Go to my downloads folder. I don't know why this is taking me so long. I feel like this shouldn't have taken this long, but it's the way it is. All right, here we go. All right, folks, here we go. Whack. Whack. It is whack. Whack. It's like playing over itself. Whack. So it's like too long.
Seems
You gotta
good.
shorten it up. You gotta shorten it up. Jeff, welcome back. Jeff over on YouTube says you could have an AI generate a similar sound. I know it's a thing. I just never tried. Yeah, so we were using. We were trying to generate one using this thing, which generates random sounds. But let's. All right, so this sound effect's too long, so we have to speed it up. It needs to play in that small amount of time. Let's speed it up. Change tempo. So this is going to change the speed without. Let's make it twice fast. Dear goodness. All right, let's take off this here, that here. Look, derailed, enjoyed, whatever you want to call it. We're having fun. Kumo me the game. The game has followed me today, and I want to say thank you, Kumo me. Thank you for the follow. So this needs to just be shorter. What a voice on that boy. All right, maybe we just actually speed it up. Let's I wish I could say how much I wanted it speed multiplier. Let's go 1.5. What do we think of that? Let's try it. Export wave. Okay. Dot. Here, quick access. Apparently that does nothing. Let's go to the right place. It does not. Get Captain Coder org. A voice for radio and a face for the silver screen. You're too kind. That's too kind. Is that a stepping sound? This is our eating a dot sound. We're making a Pac-Man inspired game called Capman. So this is gonna be the noise that. All right, we're gonna replace it. There we go. Here we go. Let's try it now. The noise is too long. Oh no. It's perfect. Tim Spurgeons, welcome back to the stream. Great to have you here, my friend. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Oh my goodness. Oh, look, it's close enough. It's close enough. All right. So what's interesting here, we need to. They're gonna give you a power up. We'll add a power up sound. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm wondering, this play sound. Can I do something with play sound where it doesn't? So this sound is basically like starting itself over. Get sounds playing. I want to say is sound playing. So here's what I want to do is I only if the event is eaten and raylib dot is sound playing dot sound here is not playing. So if it's not playing, we're gonna go ahead and play it. So oh my goodness, it's a little. Just remember you did that. Yeah, I think it's a little bit too long. We got to shrink it down just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. I want to get it down to this amount here. All right. RWX Rob, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Let's export this as a WAV. Just got to let it wear you down. I mean, there we go. RX. WRX Rob. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the crew. Today we got Rob following us. So welcome to the stream. Rob, thank you for the follow. Also, I forgot Proton. Oh, Proton. Thank you for following me today. Proton, thank you again for the follow. Welcome back to the stream. All right, let's try this new version of it. Thank you for the shout out. There we go. It's perfect. Dude, how do we feel about that sound? Does that sound annoying at all? Let's do. There's a few things I think we should do to it. There's one angry British yellow blow. Let's. I'm gonna adjust the pitch down. And then I'm gonna shrink the volume a little bit on it too. So effects, normalize. Is that what we want? There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna normalize it. Effect, normalize at -20. So it's not too loud. Hagerman Hour, welcome back to the stream. I'm the only person without American ears in here. What is it saying something inappropriate? I don't know. Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know enough about Audacity. Is there a loop option? That would be super helpful, right? Okay, I am not hearing it. So It's a good idea. Let's swap it around. Reverse. Is there a reverse option? Reverse. Hey, Owen, is that better? That's safe. I'm really nervous to know what I said. You'll have to tell me a link on Discord. Back up. All right. We might re-record the Waka sound. All right. It's kind of amazing that the people who made Pac-Man got such a iconic sound that's not annoying. Pento. That's not trademark. Pento. We might need a different sound. Let's listen to the Waka Waka sound one more time. FreePacman.org. Folks, remember, we're raising money to free Pac-Man. Go to freepacman.org. All right, let's try this. We're gonna try that sound. I made a little weird noise before I said it. All right, we're gonna see if we can make this happen. I was thinking maybe I should just say wiener. All right, and we got to get it half. We want to have it in 0.2 seconds, so we're gonna reduce the sound here. Effects. I like the idea of changing the speed 2x. Okay. Chilibu, welcome to the stream. Chill, happy to have you here. All right, Lo-Fi Craft, gotcha. Welcome back. Happy to have you here. Let's export this as a wave. Is it gonna remember where I put it? Yeah, let's save it as our dot here. Let's try it out. Oh my goodness. Oh, it didn't. Hang on. Oh, I didn't actually export it yet. All right, there we go. So annoying. Welcome and speed it up. Let's try welcome. Welcome. All right, let's zoom in on that. Chop off the ends. Welcome. Ooh, that seems like it might actually work out well. 2.2, let's lower the pitch back to, it's still not 2.2. We need to do a little bit longer. 2.5. I wish I could tell it the length that I want. Oh, it shows me right here. All right, there we go. 0.197. All right. And then let's lower the pitch a little bit and bring the volume down as well. Let's see, pitch, and bring the pitch down. Welcome. Okay. we brought the pitch down. Let's lower the volume. Normalize to minus 20 decibels. So it'll be playing, but it'll be less intense. Okay. The button they mentioned is not on my screen. I think I have a pretty old version of Audacity. Jeff Chandler says, I read the Waka sound is a record scratch with combination of distortion and pitch shifting. Interesting. Still pretty bad. But it's not as bad as the beep, 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 beep. I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah. Once we add in the like music, right? So Pac-Man has some background music on it as well. If we go to prepacman.org, we'll see there. Yeah, so that's sort of what I was going for, is it alternates a sound. Now I hear nothing here. So there's like a siren sound. Why am I not hearing the Waka Waka sounds anymore? That's super weird. Anyway, there's like a siren sound that's constantly going. Just use real cop sirens. That's what we're going to use. Chilibu says, hey, Captain, I'm making a making a new game on Roblox. This will be a tower defense game in a dungeon. Cool, cool. Sounds very cool. Chowder says, you know, from like old school breakdance. Yeah. So I think that's possible. In the original arcade game, I don't know that they would have put a recorded sound in there, but maybe. Oh, thank you, Smap. Thank you. We added this sound in, basic sound effect manager here as well. Awesome. We'll get that merged in just a moment. But we have sound effects now. Okay, at least a very, very simple way to do sound effects. Okay. Gotcha. Original was an AY38912 square wave. Very cool. Little known fact. I didn't know it. All right, so I have a basic sound here. So we have a sound manager now. Let's call this a game SF. I'm going to call it FSX controller. Game SFX controller. I'm going to call this one shared. Here, you could potentially make a custom one that's like a subclass or something. I like the idea of having it called shared. And you are getting away and eating pills all the time. Man, that makes so much sense now in the fruits cousin stuff. Yes, I don't think samples, especially, I think it just, I mean, I don't know if that's entirely true. I just don't know that they would have put them into an arcade machine. I honestly don't know. Oh, okay. Jeff Child says, no, that's exactly how they did it. Awesome. Pac-Man. No, thank you. Thank you for being a little bit more direct, Jeff says. I'm being too polite. That is exactly what I did. Oh, that's really cool. Pac-Man, Waka sound. Sound chip, here are the specs. Yeah, so like how they did it. That's really cool, Jeff. I'd love to read about that. This is not the link that I want. So it was a sound chip. Cool. Very cool. That's all, Jeff. Thank you for the information there. I had no idea that it was an actual recorded sound. Yeah, like I just don't know about that hardware. Awesome, Jeff. Thank you so much for that information. Very cool. I would love to read more about that. If someone knows a link, send it along. I think we have a pretty good spot here. I don't need this untitled wave. And let's make sure we format each of these. We added an action here. Sending out events. I want to have a blank line here. You still have a Z80. That's cool. based machine. Format. Just added that format, and then we register it here. Okay. Get status. We could just add it this way, actually. Feature implement basic game SFX controller. Sync that up. Dramulks. I'm talking. The captain coder. You know me. You know me. I'm the you know me. I'm the captain. Okay. Let's go to this. I want to open up a pull request real quick. Use newer attribute link base. Oh, thank you, Smab. We're gonna get that in real quick. Implements basic sound. Basic framework. Basic class for playing sounds on game events. Does this really close this issue? It does have a sound effect. Add sound effects. It adds in a single sound effect, game events. Adds in a sound effect for eating dots. So we probably could break it down into a couple other ones as well. Here, create pull request. Now you're playing with the sound for the game. I think the sounds made Pac-Man so good. Exactly. I think it was like an addictive sound there. All right. Proton, that you're working on a chip tune. Very cool. Very cool. Was in one of those old books about the Pac-Man when the Pac-Man craze happened. So I don't know how to find it. Yeah, my quick Googling did nothing. I didn't look very hard. Let's look at Smab's pull request real quick because I'm looking forward to getting this in. Smab, thank you for doing this. We're able to replace that with just move assets in like this. Beautiful, beautiful. Review changes. Looks good to me. Approve. All right, we're gonna go ahead and merge this in. Beautiful. Did that close 39? I think we did it. It did close 39. Awesome. Pull request here, and we should add in a little note here. Closes number 34. Okay. There are conflicts. All right, so let's merge that in now. Get checkout main get pull. I didn't have to do it this way, actually. I could have just get branch get checkout. I could have done it this. Get merge origin / main. I could have done this. All right, so there's merge conflicts, and we're going to accept resolve and merger. We want to accept, zoom out so you can see it a little bit better. We want to accept the changes on this side. There we go. And so that is going to be the complete our merge here. Okay. Sync those changes up. And then we will go ahead and finish this merge. It has to do a quick check here, then we can merge it in. Something that's interesting, I should make it so I can't actually merge unless we pass. Notice I'm able to click this merge button right now. Can add in some rules that say you can't do it unless it passes. Yeah, Junicus, it actually worked to use, I think that's called like a glob or whatever. I forget what it's called, but is that right? What is called? I'm wondering, it has a name, doesn't it? I know this is wildcard. The star, is it literally just anything next to each other? Blob, there you go, blob. Thank you, Jeff. All right, any moment now we'll be able to merge this in. The anticipation's killing me. All right, okay, you win. I'm in love with you. All right, merge it in. Boom. Making progress. Making lots of progress. We did a bunch of stuff today. We got a bunch of stuff done today. I'm really happy with what we managed to get done. Nothing crazy difficult, right? Get rid of that. Okay. All right, folks, I'm going to wrap up for today. Yeah, so Regathian, you're right. I don't think it's glob. I think there's Jeff was saying blob. I forget exactly what it's called, but there, I feel like there's a word for the star /star, which just means like recursively go down and at the end of the day get everything. Okay. We made a lot of progress today, folks. I want to encourage you. I want to say thank you to CodeMonk. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to everyone. But a special thank you to CodeMonk. A special thank you to Smab. And a special thank you to Tuber Tugger for all of your contributions through PRs.
Whoa.
Julian, welcome to the stream. I want to encourage you, if you are interested in learning a little bit about C#, maybe you just want to play around with adding some stuff to Pac-Man, come over to this repository. Feel free to fork it, open up some issues, open up some pull requests. Maybe you want to take a crack at some of these. Maybe you want to make some new enemy sprites. Make some new enemy sprites, submit them. Maybe there's some feature you want to add or you're noticing some bug, open up an issue. What are the things that we're missing? Take a shot at it. I'd love to see you guys contributing to this, you beautiful people out there. Okay, I'm wrapping up for today. I'd be going another 10 minutes, but I want to start a new thing and then get distracted. Julian, thank you for being here. We're gonna raid out. Let's see if we can find someone, see who's on. But I appreciate all you wonderful people being here. CodeRad Games. I haven't raided CodeRad Games in a while. Maybe we'll raid CodeRad. Yeah, that's who we're gonna raid. We're gonna raid CodeRad Games. Folks, thank you guys for being here. Remember to keep coding. Let me get the name right. Keep growing, keep being the best you can be. You're welcome back anytime, of course. We'll be back tomorrow with more Capman. Have a beautiful day. I'll see ya tomorrow. Bye-bye.